Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct, BDP all day, every day. All we do. Oh, it's this way. My bad. Where am I? There you go. Madism. All we do is spark madism and talk that shit. What up, fellas?
What's up, Coach?
What's happening?
Good times, man. Good times this weekend.
The good uncle.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Y'all can hear. I can't hear Coach. I can't hear Wes.
Can you hear me?
My headphones is plugged up.
I can hear Cliff. I can hear Coach. Yeah.
I can't hear none of y'all jokers. What's going on? But y'all can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm plugged up in the headphones. It's plugged up. I don't know what's going on here. You get the sound right. Audio. Oh, that's why. No.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
1 2 1 2. Say something, y'all.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Nah.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. They can hear me fine. I'm not hearing them. I'll be right back, fellas. Keep talking though. I'll chop it up.
I'm here keeping tabs on this these here juggernaut until I see bodies in a body bag. The Astro game ain't over until I see dead bodies. You know, so
I know, but we in the ninth inning right now, right?
Yes, not is 7-5. They just hit a home run in the bottom of the eighth.
Yeah, and they just nearly robbed the home run in the ninth, the top of the ninth. Did you see that play?
Nah, I missed that. Who robbed you?
Tucker.
Rodriguez.
Sense. Yeah. Tucker right at center field, right in that hole. He thought he was going to hit the fence. It was almost over the fence.
Speakers.
And it was. I think that was the second half.
Live and direct. Hey, we're live and direct. I'm in the building. There you go. I can hear y'all fine. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
I hope I didn't jump too deep in anything.
There we go. We didn't know. We just talk about the baseball game that's on right now.
Okay, because we gotta do what we do. Set it off. Let folks know we here so we can get an audience going. So I'm gonna start it off with the cipher, and while we take this moment to promote, share, like, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Bring people over to IZM Sports. And let's get it cracking. Oh, here we go. Any day now, Hawk. Any day. There we go. Hey, yo, the cipher. Hey, yo, what is a cipher? What's it called? What's called the cipher? It's called the cipher. What is a cipher? The cipher is a circle with all points connected. When you get your boogie off in the weeds restricted. Cipher sacred takes place on hollow ground. B-boys keep the battle on a mission to follow down. Beatbox DJ banging on the table is the way we settle beef since the days of Cain and Abel. Ask Pop Master Fable, the jams at DMC with DJs battle for world supremacy. The cipher's not always round, but always on the square. Breakers be on the ground, but I'm gonna put the weed in the air. The cipher's like the wheels of steel and scratch, it makes me itch. I get hyper with the lyrical skills when the DJ catch my pitch. When the fader's being switched, everything live in the mix, but still off the cut like I wear it on my wrist. What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
The cipher, the cryptic writer, the mind igniter. I'm a rhymer designer, a line after line of rhymer. See, I'm an 80s rhymer, the crazy kind of you can't phase me rhymer. I write raw shit like I'm writing on baby diapers. I blaze these ciphers with basic shit. Savage, I'm one that killed for 8 type shit. Hit after hit, all classics, spit in the grit. You talk that hickory dick, you getting lickety split. This what you get, you ain't taking nothing from me. The goat that steps to KRS is the goat that's getting curry. Brain matter, I'm the original face slapper. It's been so many years, must have forgot we used to chase rappers. Now I'm bust on these nappy headed hoes, I must. You ain't bad boy, talk big, get your eye popped. That fake shit's not us, you know how fresh Chris is. Career killer, I write death sentences. Hey, 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 yo, what is a cipher? Hey, hey, yo, what is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Time is of the essence, every breath another second. I'm down by martial law, fighting through the game like Tekken. I ain't got no weapon when I camel walk like Johnny. Ringing bells when I rock the mic, it's poison like I'm Ronnie. Bobbing weave through the dish and pull off in a new edition. Rapping is fundamental, whack MCs be steady riffing. I just stay in my lane when I'm on a scout like Kiffin. Look for volunteers when there's a drought, I'm in the kitchen. Cooking up some special treats, not talking trial when I'm fishing. I cruise through a hump with heavy clout when I'm on a mission. I'm special with the verse, every line in education. While y'all wrestle with the verse, I rhyme in meditation. Standing on one leg, balanced on the lotus, but still packed an eye for judgmental niggas who ain't the SCOTUS. You can roll with this when you done past the lighter. Rhymes going counterclockwise around the cipher.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Yeah. That's The Cipher by Hakeem Green, featuring the Blast Master, the teacher, KRS-One. Big shout out to Ron Lawrence on the production. Big shout out to Domingo, mixing and mastering. Media Famous, Jazz It Up. Yeah. Uh-oh. That too. Let them know. That's about. That's off the Aubrey album, available right now. You can go cop it from your man, Hakeem Green, direct at HakeemGreen.com. Put in HAKIM Green.com and get the album. It's called Aubrey. The Cypher's off the Aubrey album. That's what you just heard. Big shout out to everybody involved. This is IZM Sports. We got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So we got a guest lined up to come in. Told him like 7:15 is hop in. And the reason why I wanted to bring him on, Mr. Tarik Buds, who's been a guest before a few times. He's come on. You know, he's a really deep basketball aficionado. And he has an opinion on the Draymond Green Jordan Poole issue. So I wanted to bring him in to have him share his thoughts. But until he gets here, you guys want to just, set it off. I've been talking to each one of you individually about the whole thing. Not everybody got their own take on it, And I just think that definitely an unfortunate situation. I know in team sports, tempers get hot. You know what I mean? It gets a little turned up sometimes against the opposition and sometimes against the teammates,
Yeah.
Cowboys, we gonna get there, JT. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get there. Just hang in with us. We talk about this boxing match out in Golden State, right, Fat? Well, it wasn't really a boxing match. Like a one hit quitter. A good night, Irene. I'll be honest with you. I ain't seen nothing like that since, Kermit Washington dropped fucking what's his name? Rudy Tom Donovan. Rudy Tomjanovich. You know what I'm saying? Or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hit the dude on the post. Remember that joint?
Oh
Nah,
yeah.
I ain't seen that since Moses grabbed Bird from behind and Doc took a shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but that was at least in the game. I mean,
Yeah,
isn't it ironic that these two instances of leaked footage have crucified, black men publicly? I mean, who leaked
Ray
the
Rice.
tape on this? And then you didn't know. And then you're talking about Ume. I mean,
Oh, Ime
Ime is in that whole stuff, that things that are usually kept under wraps coming to light.
we are news. Everything we do in a negative light, it's just to put us on display as this is how they act.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what goes on, because we are news.
Well, apparently a brother caught the check. Little
Did
young
he?
boy.
I'm not surprised.
Little young boy. The person that's getting blamed for it is a brother.
Yeah.
I don't know who, what, when, why, where, how. Let me not start casting aspersions out there. But the brother that's, he says somewhere between 50 to 100K.
Wow.
Right there. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Golden
I
State
think I might have. I think my iPhone would have got a little slippery too.
You know what I mean?
I'd have been like this.
Yeah, but he'll never work in any league again, though.
No, he's done. He just ruined a great job. That he could have got that 100K probably in the next 2 years, without a doubt. Before that.
So I'm really not sure it was worth it. If it's 100K, I'm not sure it was 100K.
Well, the fact that he released it probably says that he wasn't looking at a long career in basketball like that. He might be positioned at TMZ.
He was just looking for the quick money and his claim to fame or whatever. I
mean, it's going to be hard for him to get many careers actually at this point.
But what you can do is post up on IG with the money phone.
Can always do that.
You know what I'm saying? For a little while till the $100,000 run out or whatever it was, that run out. But back to the actual topic at hand, hands being the key word. Just the way that whole thing, developed is kind of like, they say everybody said Jordan Poole should have had his hands up. Or he should have put his hands up. And it's like, I seen some commentary from a different set of athletes that actually want to run at some point. And it's varying opinions on, people's take on, I'm talking about professional athletes, their take on it and how it went down, and I think probably varies as much as this panel's opinion on what happened. But if somebody wants to jump in, and I'm gonna go look up this little clip that I want to run back.
I still say that whatever happened through that time period on the court, apparently they was drawing back and forth. Some coach or some assistant coach, somebody was hearing what was going on. And if you're actually coaching, you're going to be like, hey, yo, that's enough. Chill out. All right. We teaching here. Now, as far as the punch goes, I actually probably have the opposite take for most people, in that Draymond had every right to punch him because he was pushed. At that point, he was assaulted. So he has the right to defend himself. Unfortunately, for Poole, you got a man who, when he defends himself, will knock you out.
I think you and Wes are kind of in agreement there. I think that when a person steps to you and hovers over you, you're being threatened, and you have the right to defend 100%. Yourself.
Somebody is in your space.
Right, you have the right to push away.
You have the right as well, if they are in your space, to defend yourself. So in doing so, Poole defended himself by pushing, and then further defend himself by keeping his hands up.
Mm-hmm. Like
We just talking about
the thing
punch,
is,
like the punch is so bad.
I'm looking at the like kind of the whole thing, not just the punch in a freeze frame, because there's things that led up.
Yeah, I look at it in the totality of one, it shouldn't have happened because you got enough coaches, trainers, whatever you want to call them, player development coaches, assistants, everyone on there. They saw this amping up. Okay, so when Draymond's walking over to the kid, it should have been stopped right there.
That's what I said.
But you never know how often Draymond acts and carry on like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
because
a lot.
It's probably a lot. But what I'm saying is, does it ever escalate to a punch like that? You know what I'm saying? Probably not.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
I believe this is normal behavior for that team. I don't know if it escalates to a punch, but I'm sure there's been shoving matches. I think this is normal behavior for that team. I think they all get chippy, they all talk, you know.
I think it's just Dray.
I think it's just Draymond.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's his role on this team. And I think he's done it with several players. I don't think it's been just I think this is the only time, one, it was caught on video, and he also probably knocked somebody out. I'm sure there's been other shoving matches. You can't tell me him and, say, DeMarcus Cousins didn't go at it. It's been some dudes that have come through there that they've gone at it. That's the player he is, and that's his character. So when you have guys like that, this stuff will happen all the time.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with none of it. I don't see a problem with anything that happened.
Well, I see a problem with it because there are people like, what's my man's name? Gilbert Arenas, who will shoot you or at least threaten to shoot you. Like once you put your hands on somebody, you don't know who you're dealing with, and to push somebody to that level to see who you're dealing with, I think just you open the door for too much repercussion. It's just we live in a real world with real people. That's the key
statement you making, Hawk. Once you put your hands on somebody, Poole put his hands on Draymond.
But when you hover over somebody, what do you expect to have? Draymond? No, because it's like when you're the bigger person, and you know like I'm pretty sure Draymond is trained in some type of martial art.
I don't know that, so I can't speak.
I don't know that. I'm gonna jump out there and make the assumption that looking at Draymond's game and how he gets down, he's trained in a type of combat. For instance, last year in the playoffs, when he grab somebody by the jersey and you swipe and you hit the dude in the head, right? Then he's doing it all the time. I just think that, a lot of these ball players, rightfully so, like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on down, big men, especially on the block, like you're trying to get the edge. So it would make sense to me, boxing, like the way he threw his punch, Draymond knows how to fight, and not because he's in the street, because he knows, because he's right. But you got somebody that you 40 pounds heavier than, like you know what you're doing. Like Jordan Poole ain't beating Draymond Green. Jordan Poole don't want to fight Draymond Green.
Why are we absolving Jordan Poole
for what? Getting punched in the face?
No, why are we absolving him? One, for continuously talking shit to someone who can beat your ass. Okay.
He's been doing it for a while too. This is not just recent. He's been doing it on all his social media platforms. Yeah, he calls it the pool party. He said everybody can jump in the pool party except for Draymond. But he's been doing it for.
Yeah, why are we keep absolving this young dude, man? Like, you gotta keep keep talking. Dude gets in your face, you push him, and then he punches you in the face. It's quid pro quo.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. It's quid pro quo until it goes somewhere else, and it's step because NBA players, forget NBA players, basketball players talk. They chat, like they go at each other.
And
that's
everyone
part,
of them know when to stop.
That's part of the whole thing. Like you go at each other, right? So Jordan Poole bumping his gums. I mean, did you see what he did in the playoffs last year? He bumping his gums. And Draymond's bumped his gums. Draymond will call you a bitch real quick. Let me start calling people bitches. Like you calling for, like you're challenging. Now it's we got to put hands on, because when you start calling people out their name, it get crazy. So, and we know Draymond will call you out your name. It's like you're challenging me to fight, and like that's like, come
and
on,
that's
man.
my point. Poole has been challenging this man apparently on social media, in the gym, in the practice facility. He's been challenging him, and he wanted to challenge, and he got it.
Yeah. So we got our guest Tarik Buds. I know he's got to be in and out. And
what's up, gentlemen?
What's up, T Buds?
How y'all, man? I'm actually in the street rushing home to get on the call. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging.
Well, while you here real quick, so we in this Draymond Green, Jordan Poole conversation. And we wanted to get your take on it. Or at least I did. Because you had a very unique take on this.
Well, to me, we all know that Draymond is he's a troublemaker, instigator for what it's worth. He's actually been doing that in the locker rooms for a long time. This is not new. And he'll do it to new guys like Wiseman and Poole. But, he's not going to respond to the Tristan Thompsons when Tristan Thompson smacks him in his face. But one of the things that I felt was one of the reasons why he even did this, or has been messing with Poole, he might not have thought it was going to go to that extent, was really he's trying to chase him out of town. Poole is about to get the big contract. Yeah. And if he gets the big contract, Draymond Green can't get a big contract. So I felt like he was trying to do him like KD and get him up out of there. Like, we won without you, we won without you, we'll do it again kind of thing. But it's too late. The Warriors don't want any part of him.
Why do you say the Warriors don't want any part of him?
Yeah, the Warriors are done.
Why do you say that?
I mean,
what makes you think that?
From everything I've seen and heard reports from a couple of insiders, Draymond's already asking to be traded. Because he knows they don't want him at this point. That if you even look at Draymond's perspective, which may be true, he said the video was leaked for a reason. The reason that's happening, that he's about to get out of there. And they didn't want him there. Do you understand?
Wow.
So they staged that leak, huh?
Well, yeah, I think they kind of let it out to the public so they can have it a reason and excuse.
Yeah. So they wanted to get rid of him anyway. Now we got our reason.
Right. Yes, exactly. Right. Exactly.
Because they loaded this year, so they feel like, hey, we know he's a glue guy, but maybe we can go without him.
Listen, you can't go without Jordan Poole. Klay Thompson is not 100% healthy, so you have to. They were going to pay Poole regardless, and he knew that, and he just knew he wasn't going to get his money. Because even if you look at Draymond's money over the last 12 years, he hasn't really gotten the big money. He got $99 million for 4 years, that's $25 a year. That's his biggest contract. He won't get another contract like that from someone else. He might have gotten it because of his legacy with the Warriors if he would have stayed
there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of my feeling. The way you framed it, that's what happened with KD was interesting. And, to some degree, like I was saying, that's kind of Draymond's MO, is that he will bully you. He will, if you make him uncomfortable in any way, he's going to exert some type of dominance on you. He wants to show you who the king is. Like, I'm going to show you. Right. And that's kind of what he leans on. It's like,
so if we were in the classroom and I was running circles around him in the classroom, he might be like, let me intimidate this guy.
Right. And once you do it once, you always gonna do it. Once you punch me in the face and you don't do nothing.
No, that's it.
you always gonna get now. You
Absolutely.
Jordan Poole would have to leave town then. He wouldn't be able to stay there.
If I was in Jordan Poole's shoes, I probably would approach it differently, but we would have to fight every day until I beat your ass because you're not.
Oh, you going in and out, brother?
They saw it.
Where you going in and out?
That
brother. Yeah.
Came back like.
Here you go. I repeat everything you just said.
What I was saying was, I would have to fight until his head.
You might want to hop on the computer.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you going in and out. You might want to hop on the computer. Come right back.
No.
Damn. We can hear you now. But this is when you get in your spiel, it starts to chop up.
It's like your screen is buffering too.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yep. Now, I think he's right in that you might have to fight every day, but my take on a lot of these young boys is that they've been coddled and they've been getting away with things a long time, and they don't expect or they haven't encountered the bully on the team because they've always been so good. They've never had to worry about it. So they don't even know how. I don't think Poole even saw that whole thing playing out like that. In his mind, it could never play out like that. It would just keep going, talking back and forth.
Well, now that you say that, can I run some video right fast, please? Let me share this right here. Share screen. Boom. Chrome tab. Boom. Share.
Definitely shouldn't have had his hands down, but I'm gonna keep it 100% real. If you my teammate, I'm not thinking you coming with that energy, no matter how much shit we talking. No matter what. No matter what. You my teammate. You hit me like we didn't know each other. Feel me? That ain't it. Where we from, yeah, you gonna put your hands up no matter if somebody walk up on you. I get that. But you in an NBA practice, you ain't even thinking twice that's happening. At all.
And IT followed up by saying, but I ain't in the practice and I didn't hear what was being said, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Kendrick Perkins said, beyond that being a sucker move, Draymond needs to know what he did to Jordan Poole as a man, the Warriors as a team, and his own legacy. Leadership is more than holding your teammates accountable. You got to check yourself too. Carry on. Trae Young said, Draymond is trying to get to LA. Evan Fournier said, there is no way you can get back to being teammates after a punch like that. And he also said, question, do you consider this a sucker punch? John Morant posted the eyes emoji. Reggie Miller said, how in the heck was that Draymond Jordan Poole video leaked? That's an in-house video. Man, there better be some heads rolling. Y'all are the world champs, and y'all have an inside snitch? Richard Jefferson said, I'd fire my entire video staff. David West said, fire whoever leaked that video. Got a whole bunch of who can't be trusted. Everybody wrong. As soon as Dre started walking towards Jordan Poole, somebody was supposed to get in front of him. Looks like the video guys and support staff got more heart than some of them chumps on the sideline.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, like so you got folks in the NBA, and Steven Jefferson said the same exact thing as Isaiah Thomas, that he's been in many arguments, many battles, but he's never once been punched or had to punch somebody in the face. He said, I've never seen that before. This is Steven Jackson. This is the loudmouth, bully the block, malice and palace Steve Jackson. He said, like, that's I don't even know what that is.
But Steven Jackson also was the bully on all his teams. So Of course, he wouldn't see that.
Right. But he also said he never punched anybody in the face. I've never gone in at nobody. So, for what it's worth. But, I'm sure there's quote unquote alpha males in every group, and people like to exert their dominance. And if they feel that, they're being backed into a corner, they probably gonna lash out. However, I think to David West's point, that leadership is a simple, I pull you to the side, bro. I see you after practice. I talk to you no crowd, no can't this is how we gonna do this. And when there's not that going on because you lack that in your character, then you get you start punching people in their face. That's a part of your character.
We gotta stop
punching people in their face.
We gotta stop doing that.
He's been talking smack about this dude for over a year. That's what I'm saying. So I get the part about he shouldn't put his hands up, and I agree with Isaiah Thomas. You don't think it's gonna happen in the NBA, but stop acting like this dude was talking crap. Like he was out here acting like he was in that life, and he wasn't. He got hit. It was wrong. It's definitely wrong. He should be traded. Can't be friends, but stop I don't get that. Like I don't get that whole arguing about what he did was like his character. It's like, yo, he had a breaking point. My man we laughing at triple singles in the computer. We laughing. He don't think it was funny. You know what I'm saying?
And he got pushed. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he got punished.
So I mean, as bad as it was,
accumulation. It's been a year of all this stuff, and he just got tired of hearing this dude's mouth. That's it.
You gotta look at the totality of it. The totality of it, the lack of respect, all of that. It just came to a boiling point.
I'm not saying it's right. That's the whole point. I'm not saying it's right.
No, but I'm not. I'm not
gonna say that because I don't know that man like that.
Well, I see a pattern where he acts a certain way. What good, bad? I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent. Maybe there's a need for this activity at some point, and maybe this is the need for that activity, right? But you are who you are, right?
Possibly.
We've seen him get in people's face like that before and just talk, and they just yap. We keep forgetting, or everybody
the cameras is on. The cameras is on.
No. Even when the cameras are on, that's what he do. He get in your face, he's yapping. He might be nose to nose, nose to cheek, or whatever. He's talking crap. We've seen this time and time again. Why do we keep taking away or dismissing Jordan Poole pushing him?
Because the dude was hovering in your personal space, and if I walked up on you like Draymond, I would expect you to push me off.
But that's what Draymond does.
And he knew that.
But still, I don't care. Like if somebody walked up on you and hovered over you, and you pushed them off of you, I wouldn't be like, yo, why'd you push him? I'll be trying to probably hook off with you. Because if the dude walks over and hovers over you,
and he was yelling at him, he was spitting in his face at the same time.
Bro,
Draymond is the instigator.
Always do.
Draymond knew.
Always do. How many times
get up off me
in a game? Do that.
But if you say get up off me, I'm not mad at you. I'm looking at the person who's walking over you, hovering over you. When Draymond was under no threat, nobody's approaching him. Nobody's threatening Draymond.
Jordan, if we've seen Draymond's behavior,
Draymond walked across the court. He walked across the court. He took at least 4 to 5 steps and hovered over Jordan Poole.
And my belief is that nobody else was a threat to, because Draymond does this all the time and gets in people's face.
Well, to piggyback off of him doing it all the time, if you looked at the film, when Draymond started walking over, the coach started walking over.
Him. And I said, if he got there 3 seconds earlier, it wouldn't have been no beat.
Because honestly, the coach saw what was happening. They know Draymond's antics. This is nothing new.
Exactly.
He knew.
Exactly. And the moment it escalated, the moment Poole pushed Draymond. If Poole didn't touch Draymond, this would have never happened.
I doubt it.
Well, if Poole didn't push Draymond, then he would just keep getting punked every day. Draymond would do that every day. Every day.
Hey,
He
I'm
would
not,
do it
hey,
every
I'm not
day.
arguing that. I'm not arguing that.
That's true.
I'm not arguing that.
Like, I'm just telling you, gentlemen, if I saw anybody walk over to you and hover over you,
I'm gonna come over there because I think somebody's gonna harm you.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that part either. What I'm saying is that
don't touch him,
I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying though. I was saying that when he hovered over him, if the coach who already knew where it was going got there a second earlier, it would have been squashed. Even when I'm hovering, he would have backed him up. He would have grabbed Draymond so he couldn't hover. Right? So as he's going over there, let me grab him up. And Draymond could have been like with somebody's arms around him, and he could have been woofing at him. But he didn't get there quick enough. And now by that time, like you said, he's hovering over him. Poole has the right to protect himself, so he pushed him. However, the rules of engagement do not change because of these circumstances. Once you put your hands on somebody, you better put your hands up. That's it.
I mean,
that's a fact. He should have put his hands up. He should have put his hands up.
He should have put his hands up. But that still doesn't dismiss the fact that Draymond's still trying to hit. Even if he tried to hit Jordan Poole and Jordan Poole had his hands up and blocked it or whatever, it wasn't as bad as
he has the right to hit him after he's pushed.
No, he doesn't have the right to hit him.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Nah, man.
You have no right to walk over to the person and hover over him, man.
You in my personal space.
You have no right to come in my personal space, bro.
There's no written law, and this is how you need to react. Everybody reacts differently.
That's why people are saying. No, that's why people are saying. No, that's why people are saying he assaulted Jordan Poole. Nobody's saying
assault could be the push too. That's what I'm trying to say.
But it's
it
not.
Can be. It can be.
Jordan Poole assaulted him. The moment you put your hands on me,
if you walk over it in my personal space, bro, I have the right to create space for myself.
Listen, if you walk in someone's personal space and you go up and personal space is clear, you have the right. But no, you don't have
to create space for myself.
When you put your hands on another individual, they can.
If
I'm not saying it
walks up to you in a threatening manner, legally, you have the right to shoot them.
Because you can hit the ground.
If somebody walks up to you in a threatening manner, legally, you have the right to shoot them.
In Florida.
Hey, where you at in Florida?
And if you're white in New York, because it's happened.
What I'm saying is,
and if you're white in New York, because it's happened.
It's not. What I'm saying is there's no written rule. What I'm saying, we're debating on something that is an individual thing. Right. Draymond Green is not the first person to react that way.
You have to be the only one. Bro, you have to be bigger than to go walk over to somebody and get in their face like this. You have to be bigger than that, bro.
But he was talking mess about this dude for a year.
Oh, bro. So you got a year. You have a year to pull it to the side. And you have a year to put it in check.
You're asking people to be you. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that
asking people to not go to jail.
Something that he's not going to jail, dog.
This is what Draymond. I'm saying that he's a basketball player. Happened with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
But behavior is behavior. If it's
right
here, it's right here. If it's wrong here, it's wrong here. He just happens to play for the Golden State Warriors. That's worth billions of dollars, and he's a huge part of it, so they're going to deal with it differently. I get that, but not everybody is with jokers hovering over them in a threatening manner, and I don't excuse that.
No debate there.
You should be big enough and man enough as a leader of the team that you claim you did. You should be able to pull a person to the side before y'all step on the court and be like, "Listen. I respect you. You respect me. We keep it because I don't want to have to.
Well, apparently, again,
and that goes both ways.
And that probably happened.
Jordan Poole
is not about that from the young boy, especially when I know Draymond has a history of doing this.
Of
But
course.
Jordan
Not
Poole
just the
has
Jordan Poole.
he has a history of talking smack
Because it's
and being
basketball.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
No,
you
no, no, no.
always no.
No,
You
no, no,
and
no, no, no.
you have
There's
talked
a
crazy
difference.
smack
No,
to me in
no.
my life. I've
I
never
did.
felt like punching. Well, maybe
No,
I
but it's
have,
not the
but
same
I
thing.
never
I didn't go. I didn't get on social media, Hawk. I didn't get on social media and blast you, Hawk.
Oh, come on! I
You
can't
always talk
measure.
about the times have changed, right? You were the first person to tell me that times are different. I didn't go on social media and say, "Yo, hockey." Like what I'm saying is that Jordan Poole has a history. If you go into it, if you look up into it, has a history of being in that life of being like a jerk, like an asshole.
Antagonistic.
I'm not an asshole. That's the difference.
Hawk, what
That's
you
I'm saying.
said. What you said is key, man. You said respect. He can't pull aside and say, you respect me, I respect him, because obviously all Jordan Poole does is disrespect him. At least in Draymond's mind,
they're probably, I don't know, because I don't know. But I'm not saying they haven't talked.
I know Draymond is somebody who will go on social media and just shit all on people. So
No, I'm not saying he didn't. You're not listening to me. I'm not debating what happened, but they're both culpable. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
They're both culpable.
I mean, they're both part of a situation, no doubt.
But we're focusing. Draymond did wrong, but so did Jordan Poole. So it's unfortunate. My opinion is it's unfortunate.
Jordan Poole did wrong by not defending himself correctly. He didn't do wrong by getting this guy out his face while he was spitting on him and hovering over him and trying to intimidate him.
He didn't do that. No, he did not do that. But what I'm saying is he should have put his hands up. Because when you put your hands on somebody, you got to be ready for the next thing coming. That's just normal. That's it. So
he was still going to lose.
It's unfortunate.
But he was going to lose that fight regardless.
Oh, we know that. We know
right.
that.
So
Jordan Poole,
putting up his hands, not putting up his hands, he's still going to lose that fight.
But here's the dummy move. Jordan Poole should know that too.
He's still going to lose that fight, bro. You're going to lose that fight.
But he should know that he's going to lose the fight.
He's hoping cats jump in front of, Draymond real quick.
Absolutely.
That's what he's hoping.
I just
put your hands up.
I know.
Hope somebody jump in front.
I know a lot of basketball players that talk a lot of smack, and
most of them do.
Not everybody getting punched in their face.
Hey, sometimes the young boy needs straightening, and he got some straightening.
And that wasn't even just a punch in the face. It's like that was an assault type blow, man. He clocked him for real. I think he might have loosened up his jaw.
He lunged at him and got him.
He scored 25 points every day, so it might not be too loose.
Next day.
You know what I'm saying? I'm team light skin on this one, even though my last name is Green.
Well, listen, fellas, man. I actually got to run, man. I'm about to eat some dinner with my wife.
Thank you,
but
bro.
I wanted to stop in.
Appreciate it.
Add some perspective.
Good to see you, brother.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Peace. Have a great evening.
Thank you, man. Peace.
Yo, fellas, speaking of assault, y'all hear about a Devontae?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He pushed the dude on the way to the tunnel.
Yeah, but now the
he is. He about to get paid.
Yeah, he went to the hospital. Now he's injured now.
Well, he should.
An assault task force is now investigating the case, they said.
It's funny because the cameraman was all up in his face when he was mad because he lost.
The cameraman was hovering.
The cameraman was hovering. So he pushed him, and that was the assault right there. And now he's about to get paid.
There you go.
Because the cameraman did get this. The cameraman did get his way.
He jumped in his way, and he shoved him.
Yeah, he shoved him.
But you know, there's another dynamic to all that too.
Yeah, I get it.
Dynamics.
These motherfucking Astros just do not go away. They won that game 8-7. Jordan Alvarez he ran a 3-run home run in the bottom of the ninth for walk-off.
Wow.
And as a Yankee fan, they put out the roster today, and they got this clown IKF that they have a rookie shortstop that need to be playing. They got this dude IKF as a stopgap. The ball's gonna always find you in a playoff game. First play he gets, he boots it. We already in the first inning, he boots it. So it's like we already know the problems, and they don't want to solve them. It's crazy.
Did they score?
It's
Seattle?
it's just a man. Oh no, Seattle's done. It's over. The Seattle game is over.
Oh
Houston
yeah,
beat
they're
them.
bottom of the ninth. They
They
walked
didn't
it off.
walk off. They walked it off.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Three runs.
Two
Three
outs.
runs in the bottom of the ninth. With
Game
2
over.
outs?
Yeah. And they replaced the pitcher and they put in a left-hander to face Alvarez. Man, he gassed that sucker to the upper decks.
Wow.
Astros
good.
know how to win in the postseason.
I was hoping Seattle can get them because they're good.
That's Big Papi. That's Big Papi 2022.
Wow.
Jordan Alvarez. Yeah, that's what he remind me of. So, but like I said, these guys they fight. It's a story because it got leaked. Tons of fights around the NBA. Unfortunate that happened. Jordan Poole shouldn't have been hit. Draymond should have been pushing. Likely you shouldn't be putting another man out there on Instagram like that either and being disrespectful. Because this is the new time, the new age, and everything like that. But they said that he's very disrespectful anyway. If you follow, because people like one of my boys called me today and he said his son follows him. They're around that 25-year-olds. He's in that age group, and they said that he's mad disrespectful in all types of arenas. Jordan Poole, that's what he is, and now he's about to get that money, so he's gonna be more ignorant. Like he ain't ready. He ain't ready for the bag.
That's character as well.
He's not ready for the bag. So they both. You get two people like that together, it's not gonna be a good result.
No. It probably was long overdue. I mean, I was all, defending Jordan Poole until I know the backstory. But, when you have a disrespectful young cat with all that mouth, not saying it's right, but sometimes you got to get, that get right. You know what I mean?
A little straightening. Need a little straightening.
Right, well, I'm sure it's straight right now. But what happens if Draymond goes to LA?
Nothing.
I mean,
he gotta have the ball too. Another person need the ball.
Yeah, well, you don't.
That trade, there's no way that trade could even happen. How does it happen?
What? Who's it gonna be? A Draymond for Westbrook?
That's not happening.
Nah.
Like I don't even see a way that trade can happen. Draymond basically has to play this year out, and then he becomes a restricted free agent.
No, he's not. He can't be restricted after your first contract.
Oh, so so he doesn't opt in. Oh, I think that's what it is. He would have to opt in.
They can dump him this year as some Sacramento or some Orlando, some looking for a bully. Because listen, Warriors don't need a headache. They're the world champs and they're loaded. So anything that the brass think that can disrupt that apple cart, it's a wrap. I mean, he could be going.
I can see him leaving. I just don't see him going to Lakers now. He would go to Lakers.
I mean, but Lakers.
As soon as somebody as a star, everybody go to the Lakers. That's always the first place they're going. They go into LA. They go into LA, or they go into LA. That's always the first story.
Okay. So, Lakers played Golden State. Was that last night?
2 nights ago.
Two nights ago. And
Lakers won, right?
Lakers won. AD looked good.
Yeah, AD and Kendrick Nunn look good.
Glass Joe.
He said Glass Joe. Yeah, I mean, I really think the Lakers go the way of AD. Not to say they're in contention for the chip. I'm not saying that at all, so don't get twisted. I'm just saying them being competitive all is hinged on him.
Their ceiling right now is probably 6 seed, maybe 5.
Ooh.
That's what I think their ceiling is right now. Now, if they get lucky and everybody's healthy during playoffs, and then some of the other contending teams are compromised, maybe they can do something. But AD is we can't forget how good he was. I mean, he just can't stay healthy.
Nope.
His body looks strong now, but how long is that gonna last? I mean, really,
Healthy, he's a top 5 dude in the NBA.
Is he?
Yeah.
Healthy.
Healthy?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
but,
Healthy with no limitations. He's a top 5 dude in the league. Like he's like, if you look at because AD has what Giannis has and what Embiid has, and he's like both of them combined. Like good rebounder, good. He can handle the rock a little bit. Has a nice 3-point. Like Giannis don't have a 3. AD has a 3. Giannis probably tougher on defense, but AD can play defense. AD can get on the post. Embiid's a better post player. Giannis has all of the. AD has all of the tools. He just can't stay healthy.
That's right.
Yep, can't stay healthy. But
this is the year
you got to go out and prove it.
Yeah, he got to prove it. He got to.
Yeah. Brooklyn's not looking too hot either.
They look terrible.
They really do. I think they're gonna need some time to gel because they just look awful.
Right.
Yeah. What's up with Kareem and Kyrie?
I don't know.
Some I guess Kareem had said some disparaging things about Kyrie not being a leader, not being accountable, not kind of being this new generation, like you guys were saying, and he just wouldn't put him in the category of the greats and some of the present greats. He listed Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and so forth and so on. He said Kyrie Irving's not in that batch. I was like, oh wow, it's crazy. Yeah,
I didn't see it, but I could see Kareem saying that.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I heard about it, but I didn't hear about the direct quotes.
Yeah. So let's talk football.
How about them boys? How about them boys in that D? That's all I can say.
That defense is really good.
It's that D.
It travels.
It's that D.
It travels well. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, I put on a highlight. I think my Hulu records, and I just put on the first series, and it was like it was on and popping from the first series. Like, come on! I mean, they got stars at every level on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't remember. Sam Williams is a good player. The draft pick they had, like I forgot he was out there. Like they have good players all over the place on that defense.
And they deep. And they active, and they fast. They got speed. I mean, they go through waves too. That will travel, yo.
They got 6 dope corners and 3 good safeties.
Yeah.
And then they got 4 good linebackers and 8 good linemen.
Mm-hmm. This that. If we stay healthy and keep that depth, because it's relentless. It's relentless on teams, who are trying to rotate out or whatever. We keep bringing it, and then with that stronger defensive line, we can keep moving Michael Parsons around. He can just basically fill gaps. He can play the edges. He can do whatever, and he's a freak, yo.
Yeah. Did you know that from 2014 when they had DeMarco Murray and Romo, when they got robbed with the catch, and then the year after Romo got hurt and they had to play Brandon Whedon and all those other quarterbacks. So you take 15 out the equation. I think they won 12 games that year with DeMarco Murray. I think it was 12-4. I think they're like 55-8 when they have a balanced attack. And they were doing that back in 14 with DeMarco Murray and Romo, right?
Wow.
So and when Dak got there, since 2016 is 42-4. Or 43-4. So it just goes to show you that this dude threw the ball 16 times and threw for 100 yards. All they got to do is throw the ball between 15, I say 20 to 30 times a game. That's it. And stay consistent, and they'll be fine, because that was the formula when even Dak had success. Because now you're asking Dak to be somebody he's not. And he's not a 45, 50 dude dropping back in the pocket thinking he's Brady and Manning. He is a 25 to 32 passes a game quarterback who's a little bit better than a game manager and has and can play better than this dude. But I would not play Dak this week. I'd still play Cooper Rush.
Thank you. I agree totally. I would play Cooper Rush.
Yep.
And bring Dak back against the Lions, right? That's
Lions and Bears.
That's exactly
now,
right.
come on. Let him work his way back with those 2 games.
Yep.
No pressure, no expectation.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, tomorrow will be the test. Basically, he has the X-rays and everything on film tested out, but the performance test is tomorrow, and McCarthy wants him to go through a full week of practice, gripping, spinning it, and they'll know by tomorrow. They said so. I agree. Let Cooper keep rolling,
Yeah. And that's what I was saying last week when we were talking. Like, don't bring him back against the Eagles because it's too much expectation. Just just let this guy just do his thing and come back strong, against weaker competition. And then that second game against Philly is going to really mean a lot. But I have a guest that I want to bring in the building right now. Just for the moment, I was really hoping KG was going to be here because it would really, set the tone. Let me play my man right fast.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. I'm still involved. Oh, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. Call and check on me. I'm still them boys. Them boys. I'm still them boys. Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys. Yeah, I'm still them boys.
For all the Cowboy fans out in the universe, it's been a long time, but it formed West's jokes. But we've seen Dallas start off, strong and end up.
I ain't got the Kool-Aid out yet. They got the defense look good. The Kool-Aid, I'm not drinking it just yet. I can wait.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna do what they always do. They're gonna lose.
Yeah. We got D travels.
Nah, for real. The defense is serious, but putting up points is, even when Dak, Dak could put up 45 points on you. He can do that, but we don't want him to do that. Like, lean on that.
But let me tell you one thing. I haven't seen it yet. I give my man credit for responding to certain things, like Cooper Rush coming right back and responding. But I'm not sure if Cooper Rush can put up 3 offensive scores. That's not field goals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, he's not. Cooper Rush isn't the answer for sure.
Well, which is why if they deem Dak ready for this week, they know they're gonna need the firepower against Philly. It's just they're not gonna have 40 mil sitting on the bench if they think he's ready. If he can physically spin it and throw it, like put it in spots and physically do it, they're gonna play him. Because remember, they kept him off IR, hoping he'd be back within 4 weeks. It's 5 weeks already. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna play him as soon as they can.
Well, the initial report was 8 weeks.
I would tell you this.
It was 6 to 8 weeks. It was 6 to 8 weeks, but then when they I guess because of the lack of swelling, that's why the timetable was decreased. But that's why initially Jerry didn't put him on the IR because that would at least keep you out 4 weeks, and they were hoping he'd come back within 3 weeks. But so they're chomping at the bit. It's just a matter of because it's physically healed now. It's just a matter of can he physically throw it? Can he?
I just think he may get hurt again this year.
He might get hurt again. And the other thing, if he don't get hurt, let me tell you, he don't get hurt, and that defense stays the way it is and plays out. He got to get to the. He got to win. He got to definitely win a playoff game. One.
He got to get to the conference game.
He got to get to the championship game. He got to get to the conference championship game.
Got to at least get to the conference championship.
But if you got a defense like that,
you really need to get to the Super Bowl.
And the key part is people they sleeping. Tyron Smith now becomes a factor because before they were saying if the season is not going the way they wanted to, there's no need to get him back. But now he's probably chomping at the bit to get back. So the rookie's getting experience. You still got Jason Peter over there as depth, and now your offensive line becomes stronger down the stretch run because now you're bringing in an all-pro left tackle. You slide the young boy in the middle, and now you got Zach Martin and the young boy, and then you still got the other two that's there. It could be good, and he has no excuse. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the line will be set.
No excuses.
Running back rotation will be set. You'll have your receivers.
Receivers are good.
CeeDee Lamb got to stop dropping passes.
Got to stop dropping passes, but not to forgive that because I don't. But he comes up with big plays too.
Yeah, and you gotta hope. You gotta hope because he's still young. You gotta hope that these early drops are just teaching them for late season and playoffs they won't happen. That's what you just gotta hope. But yeah, he is good for big plays.
3 years, though. 3 years he's been in the league and he's had drops 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get them hands.
Yeah, we got Gallup.
Gallup is there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
like your hands. That's what my boy worked for Chase. He's a Chase financial advisor. He was working for Chase and Braylon Edwards, old Jets receiver in Cleveland Browns. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He came in. He was like, Braylon, I think I've been doing business with you for about 4 or 5 years now. I think you got a good rapport. And Braylon was like, "What's up, Dave? What's going on, man?" He said, "Brother, can I ask you a question, brother?" He said, man to man. He's like, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" He said, "Brother, your hands, brother. What's up with your hands?" And then he said, Braylon Edwards was cracking up. Like, he's like, "You are stupid." Because he was dropping a lot of passes. He was just like, "Your hands, brother." And that's what CeeDee Lamb got to learn, man. The hands. Mm-hmm. That pass he dropped for Cooper Rush, that's a big pass for him. Third down play, move the chains, and you drop the ball like that. Then Gallup had a drop. So, it's big. Big stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, nobody did well in the picks either, by the way.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I knew that.
I did. You talk about the Giants and the Packers.
You said what?
Over in London.
Except for Cliff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was 4-0 this week on my other picks. I didn't know how I did on the group picks, but
you were 4-2, and everybody else was 2-4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was it exactly? Run it down right fast, Wes.
It was we had everybody lost on the Broncos.
Yeah, that was an awful game. Did y'all watch that?
Yeah.
That was.
Everybody lost on the Packers.
I mean, at least I'm glad my man does have an injury because that makes me feel better that he's playing so bad.
Cliff picked the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
The Cowboys.
Mm.
The Raiders.
They blew.
Talk about that game.
The Raiders, Kansas City. Click Kansas City. Who plays Cincinnati? The Ravens, right?
Yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens. Yeah, the
Ravens won.
The Ravens won that. Yeah, the Ravens won that one.
Yeah.
And Kansas City. Everybody picked Kansas City. Everybody got Kansas City, and we all lost on. We all picked the Rams, which was wrong.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
They got
the Rams just
Dallas.
They don't care.
That
all picked the Rams. I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, right. Fake ass Cowboy. Well, y'all already know I'm in and out. Just as a disclaimer. What's up, Barbarita? Barbarita Campbell is this. Oh, excuse me. Springer is in the building. You know how the old school habits be, Barbarita. Sorry about that. Barbara the Springer's in the building. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Cowboys. But no, the Packers and the Giants.
Well, they were my
crazy.
top
That
dog.
surprised me. That just surprised me.
Well, I knew they were going to keep it close, but no one really knew if Daniel Jones was going to play until game time. But he ended up playing. But the Giants got something because they got a little defense on them too.
Mm-hmm.
And if Daniel Jones could keep it out of harm's way, because Barkley is balling straight up. He's been probably one of the best backs in the league this year.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of Daniel Jones if he can and that's what they said. They said that boy Daboll got the Midas touch.
Yeah,
he's coach of the year right now with that crew.
Yeah,
they're good.
They look
I
serious.
like him, man. He looked like he's attached to the he's connected. Like he don't look like standing with a stern face, like he already knew that was gonna happen. He's got emotion out there. He just looks like he's really connected to the team.
Yeah, he looks like a New York Giants head coach.
Yeah, he does. He does. I like him. I like him a lot.
How about that other New York team though?
The Jets. The Jiggity Jets.
They listen. They are getting some quality play out of Wilson so far, and all of their young guys too are playing. They don't have much depth, but all their young players, their draft picks, everything's panning out.
Yep. Yeah. Who was the quarterback for Miami?
Well, Bridgewater
got knocked out. They went to a third string guy.
Third string guy. Yeah. So they beat.
Let me tell you. Did you see the Bridgewater hit?
Yeah.
The Bridgewater hit was worse than Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
It was worse than the Matthew Stafford hit.
Yep.
So they were like, and it was another. It was like, so those are the two that they called roughing the quarterback. Those two hits were, I mean, they were not roughing the passer. And the hit that Sean Jones had last night,
definitely
on Derek Carr. So
definitely
those three hits, but Teddy Bridgewater's hit was roughing the passer. Was it called? Negative.
I'm gonna look that up.
The new rule in the NFL, and it's a addendum. It's not it's an addendum. You cannot hit a white quarterback.
Oh, that's good. It's an addendum. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
And that's everybody's reading the rule book. They didn't read the addendum.
Yeah, the addendum. Yeah, that's what it was.
It's
I was
right
like,
there.
My God.
The black quarterbacks are basically unprotected.
That's been the case.
No, I mean it's blatant right now. It is really blatant. Do not touch the
Tom Brady was ridiculous. I mean, he laid him down, and they called that roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Even Tom Brady said it was like a bear hug. Wasn't it was like
a long bear hug.
Yeah, a long bear hug.
And even Mahomes last night, one of his hits should have been a roughing the passer. Nope.
The strip sack is ridiculous.
Because he lifted him up and drilled him to the ground.
Right.
He lifted
him.
Incomplete.
I think that one guy was running in to say, "Yo, I might have been rough the passer." The other guy was like, "Nah, good hit."
But you look at all the things that happened this week, that was the worst one of all four. If you look at them all, and that was the one that wasn't four. Could I go with them not calling any of them? Yes. Well, if you call those other three, that was the one you should have called.
Right. No, I mean, if you can hit a black quarterback any way you like.
Yeah, we just need to turn this to flag football, though. Just put flags on the quarterback, and that's what it is.
They're doing that. They doing that in some colleges now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Flag football in high school.
In high school too, yeah.
Flag league.
Yeah. So where's the direction of the NFL going right now? Just football in general, not just the NFL, but football in general. We're talking about these.
We're going to flag football.
Yeah. You think the game of football will become something? I don't know. What's going to happen?
It's going to be more reviewable plays. They're going to because you want to definitely make it more safe, but you don't want to take away the essence of the game. And nonsense like these two pass calls, it's ridiculous. People are going to stop watching if things like that continue. So they're going to have to do something drastic to fix it, something immediate to fix it.
It's been like that for a long time. Peyton Manning would drop back in the pocket, and somebody would look at Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
and they was
Cam Newton would get mauled every game.
Yeah,
and no flags.
Yep.
I've seen Cam Newton get it really bad, like play after play in one game, and it was no flag.
Yeah, it was at one point. It was like Cam's offensive line was in on it.
Wow. Yeah.
That would be surprising.
Yeah, crazy.
Did you see the who was the quarterback? The guy went at his legs, like straight for his knees, and you sort of let the dude's leg buckle in the ground, but he didn't get hurt, and he went after the lineman. Damn, I'm trying to think of the game. I saw the highlight of it, and I was like, yo, that was another one.
This is
recent. He went at his legs.
This weekend?
Yeah, I think it was this weekend. He went at his legs. It wasn't the Green Bay Giant game. It wasn't the
Bears. Black quarterback.
I'm trying to think who it was because I can't put my finger on it. It wasn't Jacksonville, and it wasn't New Orleans game. New Orleans played somebody. It wasn't Mariota. Who did they play? They played Tampa. It wasn't them. Man, I gotta think. But I saw another play where somebody went at the guy's legs and the guy got pissed off and like took a hit at the lineman. Yeah. And wasn't it? But he ended up. No, it was the Pittsburgh game. That's what it was. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. He got hit. The dude went straight for the kneecaps. Like it was horrible. No flag. The offensive lineman shoved the player. And then he was on the wrong side of the field, and all the Buffalo players attacked him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He was on the opposing team sideline. I saw.
Yeah. But that was he was over there, but the play was that Pickett got hit on his. It was ugly. It was not a. He didn't have to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't have to hit him low like that. Yeah, it was Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, so it's just not how I say it's not the way referees call games up and down. There's no standard, no real standard. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What you gonna? But in terms of the game itself changing, like is much media the NFL gets about the dangers and CTE and they just change the rules and what have you. There's the USFL, and do they go through the same scrutinies, the same guidelines? I mean, what's the, how do we look at the NFL in a certain way, but not apply the same rules to
the NHL?
No, the USFL.
USFL, okay.
Yeah, USFL and college football for that matter. We look at concussions and I mean Teddy Bridgewater concussion on that type of play, like like that happens 6-7 times a game. Players just walking around with concussions and don't even know it.
Yeah, a lot of these college players are being knocked out every week.
Yeah, and you just don't tell nobody.
Yeah,
because your job is at risk. That's scary.
It's very scary.
Yeah, plus the mentality they have as football players. It's all
Well, that's why you see more kids now playing other sports and youth sports. They're not as many playing football.
Yeah, that's for sure.
True.
Yeah. So
and his mind wants a football for a birthday. Like football, like you. She's like, I can catch touchdowns, Daddy. I was like, no, you ain't catching no touchdowns, but
she can play flag football.
She can play flag for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So
yeah, man.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, though, Cooper Rush was also. They already said that he's a free agent at the end of the year, and I can see him being a stopgap in the NFL, starting quarterback all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, those numbers are 5-0, and I get it, but 10 for 16 and 21 for 37 for 211. You be a damn fool as a GM to go put him as your stopgap. You might as well go draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, it was how Garoppolo got them to the Super Bowl, which is why they ultimately got Trey Lance and circle back around and now using Garoppolo. He won't make a play. He has limitations. He'll win games.
Jimmy G taking us back to the Super Bowl. I'm just putting that out there because
it's extremely crazy how San Francisco went from shaky to Super Bowl contender like that.
Yep.
Well, you got Garoppolo and you got that defense.
Yeah, but them saying they always had Garoppolo. They was trying to ship Garoppolo out of town.
Right.
Trey Lance has never, and there's no shade to Trey Lance. He's young and he's not his experience as a quarterback through high school and college. He didn't get much. He didn't really play many games. His whole thing is about this, what do you call it? The promise of gold down the line. Okay, he's not ready yet. You got Jimmy Garoppolo. Why were you thinking to ship him out if your team is that stacked and can contend for a Super Bowl? You you can because you just did it last year.
Yep.
So why would you even upset the apple cart by trying to hand the team to this young guy?
Because no quarterback does bad under Shanahan. Period. Say don't. So he's thinking about all the intangibles Trey Lance has, the running ability. I mean, if believe me, his upside is what takes them over the edge. Even though he would have been young, he'd have made mistakes.
Upside, that's the word.
Yeah, upside. It's his projections, his ceiling is so high, and that team is stacked. They have a lot,
and they got Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would have saved a lot of money had they got rid of Jimmy G and possibly picked up somebody else, another receiver, or there's other things they might have.
Yeah, but where would you be now?
I know.
Nowhere.
I'm happy Jimmy G is there. He controls.
But don't get it twisted. If they have the right guy, obviously, but they can bring in. They would be able to bring in with that type of team, with Kyle Shanahan, the same type of game manager that's doing what Cooper Rush is doing for the Cowboys. Period. With that defense, with Debo, the running game, that line. All you need is a game manager to That's why they just hoping Jimmy G could elevate his game.
And I don't think Trey Lance is fit for that system with the weapons that they have. They're a physical team, and Trey Lance is a finesse quarterback.
Yep.
He needs speed on the outside. He needs some a running back that is good out the backfield, like catches like a swing passes, a versatile tight end. He can't and a line that's kind of athletic. This line is just a bruising line. They bullies. I mean, they straight thuggish with it, right? But that fits Jimmy G because he can't do nothing but hand the ball off, take a 3-step drop, and throw 17 times and complete 9 of them.
Yep.
And 8 of them are going to Debo. So just saying, it is a good recipe for them because it works, right?
Jimmy G knows how to run offense.
You know how to run that offense. Just don't make no mistakes.
No,
but
that's it.
When you force him to throw the ball,
and get out that pocket,
things start to happen that don't look really good.
And that's why you got Debo. That's just to boom, and you do all that extra work. That's why it's a lot of this, like a lot of digging in the flats and the
Sometimes you can't get it to Debo. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying with Cooper Rush is like when you take away certain things from them, they're one-dimensional. They can drop back. They play quarterback, right? So they know how to do certain things correctly, but ultimately, he's one-dimensional. He's gonna look at his first read. You got to make him look through the second window, not the first.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Jimmy G does his progressions. He does his progressions. He's just not always on point, but he can do it. I mean, he got them to he consistently gets them. Because he makes them competitive. He just like that, they're competitive just because he's at the helm. So I'm not saying that he's Mahomes. I'm not saying he's.
No, we know that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like he's right for the 49ers.
Yeah, but in order for the 49ers to actually put the trophy like that, that's not gonna happen. He gonna get you. He can win a playoff
I don't
game.
know. Yeah, that's your team. I don't know.
Nah, I think he can get us there.
He can get you there.
Well,
Can he win it?
NFC, it's kind of wide open.
I didn't say he couldn't get you there. I said he could get you there, but can he lift the trophy?
It depends.
I mean, look how we looked at the boy from the Rams. Look how we looked at him until he went to the Rams. Like, until it happens, you don't know. You looking at the dude like, he ain't got it, and lo and behold, he got it.
Well, he can get you there.
You can see Stafford had talent. He just reminded me of he played a lot like Tony Romo. Throw 4,000 yards and throw the big pick.
Yeah.
And he looked like that this year, and he did that last year.
Mm-hmm.
His defense was Von Miller was sick in the postseason. Let's say what it was.
Yeah.
Von Miller was sick.
Yeah.
In the postseason, and their running game was better, and ODB played great.
You got AD right there on the line doing his thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and Aaron Donald. So, I mean, they it was a team effort, right, for them. But Stafford has all the tools. You watch that game Sunday, that man was going to throw it to anybody. If it was Cooper Kupp or somebody with a jersey on,
now he's back to Matthew Stafford.
Well, again, we got to keep looking at that Cowboy line, that ferocious line, and we the same way we looked at Dak, his bad performance in our first game. They played against a tough defense in Tampa Bay. The circumstances matter in a lot of these things.
Dak looked bad though. Dak looked horrible in that game because Cooper Rush came in that game and looked better than him. And I think it's about preseason.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
None of these guys playing a preseason.
That was the first game. He
didn't play preseason. Didn't take a snap. And he still got hurt in the first game. So you protected him from what?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, freak accident. He smacks his hand against somebody's helmet.
That's a freak accident.
I mean, it's a part of the game.
Yep. That's what it does.
Well,
which is
at least for now, that might be illegal in a second. You quarterback smack your head. You get a
Glass Joe at quarterbacks. He gets these little injuries.
Yeah. I'm trying to get these standing here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, but if you look at those hand injuries on helmets, that didn't look pretty, but it was the line's inability to keep that push from up front. Yeah. So hopefully,
hold on 1 second, Cliff. Doc, yo, Doc, your computer plugged in?
Yep.
Because you were a little delayed, so I thought maybe your computer was running slow if it wasn't plugged in.
No, I'm good now.
Oh, there you go. Boom. Yeah, Cliff, I'm sorry. You said hand injuries on helmets is.
Well, you can see, and the fact that he basically hit him in back-to-back plays or series, but that was when the line was its most vulnerable. So we got to hope now that they, so much better line play, you won't have that defensive push up front. So at least you can step up in the pocket, and he wouldn't have to worry about that. Which is probably a reason why you'd want to come back against Detroit rather than Philly, a softer defense. But listen, I'm excited for this game though. This Philly game, because this is basically the top of the NFC right here.
Yep.
Cowboys, Eagles, San Francisco. I mean, you can say Green Bay, but they look vulnerable. I mean, I would probably put Minnesota. I would put Minnesota ahead of them.
About the Giants.
The Giants are probably in that middle tier, even though they're 4-1. But as far as the upper part, I think Minnesota's up there with the Cowboys, San Francisco, and the 49ers.
And don't forget Tom Brady and them boys.
Don't forget Tom Brady and them boys.
Yeah, Tampa. Yeah.
Even though they're a little sluggish down the stretch, Tom Brady healthy. I mean, he's 45 years old. He's been doing it how long? Why, you can't front on him now.
I think ultimately though, this whole his marital issues are gonna take a toll on him.
It's funny how people are
they
keeping
are.
that out of the news. Nobody's really talking about it.
Oh, he having marital issues? Tom
Oh
Brady?
yeah, that's his whole. He had to step away from the game for like a week and a half, 2
Oh,
weeks.
they gonna talk about that. I didn't even know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they get
but,
divorced. They've both hired divorce lawyers now.
Yeah, Giselle says she has to,
She's had enough.
she can't take it anymore.
Had enough of what?
Him playing football, not being home.
Oh,
That too.
And, who knows what else? But apparently,
yo, Garrett Cole is a straight bitch, Cliff. I'm just letting you know. Severino needed to be the opening day the game one starter. We need a dog out there. Garrett Cole is not a dog. Period. The end. 325 million, not a dog.
What's
not
going on in that game?
What's happening?
It's 1-0. He just gave up a home run to their leadoff hitter. Just hit a batter just now.
Oh God.
Third inning.
The leader. Oh my God. Oh, it's the third inning now.
Yeah, but I'm saying he been giving up that's 35 home runs this year.
Oh, I know. He just
Sevy gotta be that Sevy's a Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
He that dude. He got the moxie, everything. This dude, Garrett Cole, is an Astro, man. He playing us.
Yeah. They got him play him, and they're paying him too much.
And then to watch this, the first 7 batters, 4 strikeouts and a double play. It's like, ugh. And two walks in the same inning and a double play because IKF.
Wow.
That name again. You like the Mets, right, Doc?
I'm sorry, I just sneezed. What you say?
You a Met fan, right?
I'm partial to the Mets, man. I'm partial to the Mets.
Okay, no, I'm not. They had a good year. They got their soul ripped out against Atlanta. Atlanta ripped their soul out. That was pretty much the end.
Sure did.
That sent them on a downward spiral, and then they got beat in the playoffs at home.
But they'll be back next year. They have Aaron Judge. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
They're not getting Aaron Judge.
Cashman said he can have whatever he want.
And
who said what?
And
then
Cole,
clear.
Cohen came back and said
he gonna get the cat. That's not happening. Yankees not letting him go nowhere.
Yeah. Lock him in the office and say, you ain't leaving till you sign. He ain't gonna be able to even
what you want
entertain any other offers.
How you just watching something and you already know the answer. Like I already know what they're gonna do. I told you, fools. I said it on this show. Fools goal, 64-28, and then he finished the year 35-35. 70 games, 35-35.
I just would love to see the Yankees in the World Series.
I don't even like how they play, man. It's like I don't even know why I watch. Like it's corny. Everybody strikes out. Nobody makes contact.
Yeah, they started off though. It was exciting. It was almost
electric. It's like, man, you already know what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Now gapper. Now's a gapper. Second and third, 1 out. They're about to run us out the building, man. I could see how they balling already. Yankees are predictable. I'm telling you. They front runners. They like the Cowboys now. These young boys hear the hype about how mystique and the aura of being a Yankee, and they don't want to do any of the heavy lifting.
All right, Neville.
Yes, sir.
We talk about them Yankees.
I heard you. I heard you already. I heard you talk about the Yankees already.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Garrett Cole. Listen, Garrett Cole giving up the donut like he always does.
All the time. It's like and then I gotta sit here in Houston and watch Alvarez just walk off, and I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Listen, but the thing is, it's 1-0. So 1-0 is nothing. I'm not worried about 1-0. 1-0. If it's 1-0 in the 8th inning, then I'll be a little worried.
Who? First of all, look at what makes people think that Aaron Judge batting leadoff is the right thing. It's so terrible.
Well, because what they want to do is I get what you're saying. What they want to do is they want to maximize as many bats as he can. Five at bats. Listen, if you could get judged 5 times, you know what I'm saying? He could do some damage, but he could also do damage being a 3rd or 4th batter. You know what I mean?
He can do damage being 2nd, 3rd. He don't got to be 4th. He could be in the 1st inning. I get it, but their whole philosophy don't make no sense.
Yeah.
The first baseman used to be a guy that would go the opposite way when he was in Chicago. Now all he want to do is hit that damn left right field porch. He swing for the fences every time. Rizzo. That's all he do.
There we go. Come on. Oh boy. There we go.
Yeah,
one out. Yeah, it's listen, even Verlander didn't look good today, you know?
Nah.
So
but they won.
Yeah, well they came back at the last at bat with 2 outs.
They won. Guess what though? They won and that series is over. Just because of the way they won. That series is a wrap.
All these wild card teams that played are just they got momentum. They're playing and
they had their chance. Seattle had their chance today. They gave up a 7-3 lead in late innings. That series is a wrap. That's it. They're gonna get swept.
It's probably over. You're right. It's probably over.
Yeah, that one. But with that team, you like Atlanta, Houston. Like Atlanta almost came back today. They lost 7-6.
That was like a surprise. But like Phil, like I said, it's all about getting on the hot streak. Philly got on the hot streak towards the end because they had to get in. So now they're in. Baseball, that hot streak is scary, especially like in a division series because division series is only 5 games. So you win that first game.
You off the wild card series because they have that 3 game. They get to warm up. You know what I'm saying?
The bats are already warm. You know, and the momentum is there. Those teams, the Yankees and Astros, they had to kind of like sat back for almost a week. You know, baseball. You know, baseball is a game of rhythm. Yeah, it's a game of rhythm. You have to, hitting, pitching. You don't pitch in a week. Pitchers are creatures of habit. So are hitters. So when you don't get those at bats, when you don't get those, you don't get the pitching. Even like the off days when they throw side sessions, that's not really. You have to actually pitch. You know what I mean? So but I'm not gonna complain. It's 1-0. Hopefully they don't score anymore.
It's bases loaded, 2 outs.
Oh, it's bases loaded now? I guess I'm behind you. I'm behind you because I'm
It's bases loaded, 2 out. And this dude has already thrown damn near 60 pitches in 3 innings. So he's gonna be done by the 5th inning.
Yeah, he might be, but the good thing is we have Tyone to come out.
Oh yeah. I like that.
You know what I mean?
That was the thing. Baseball. He pulled Tyone out. That's what I'm talking about.
Tyone's been playing pitching well. You know what I'm saying? We got some depth as far as like the starting pitchers because you're not using all your starting pitchers in the division series.
Nah, that's true. But I like I said, I left work. It was 4-0 when I was getting ready to leave work. I left work. It was 7-3. And then I get my car at 7-5. I get out my car, get up to the call. We talking. It's 8-7. Game over.
Yeah.
That's why I said I need to see bodies. Huh?
What just happened just now? What just happened just now? They didn't.
Oh, Rizzo didn't step on the base. He threw it home, and they missed the guy at 3rd. So end up being bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I'm like, because it happened so fast. I'm like, what the hell happened? Yeah. I'm a little behind. I'm probably like about 45 seconds behind you. I don't know because I'm looking at it on my tablet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have that that app where I get all the channels.
Let me ask you a question. Since you're talking, why didn't the Yankees carry that rookie shortstop Peraza? Why they didn't put him on the roster?
I think because they wanted to bring up Carpenter. Carpenter's out. He's activated for the playoffs, and Carpenter is a beast, man. Carpenter's been like before he got injured. You remember he was beasting.
Oh yeah.
15 home runs, batting 330, whatever he's batting, like OPS of 1200. Like he was mashing. He was mashing. I mean, he changed the way he hit, and he was mashing. Because remember he was St. Louis towards the end of St. Louis. He wasn't playing. He wasn't hitting well, and then he recreated his swing and he started beasting. So he's there But I think where did Hakeem go? He just
Well, when you said Carpenter, I was like thinking, okay, I get Carpenter, but why in the hell Aaron Hicks and Marvin Gonzalez?
That's who I would have got rid of.
Either one, Marvin Gonzalez or Aaron Hicks.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Hicks he's been terrible. He's been terrible. He's been horrible.
They hoping that veteran in him can come out in the postseason. That's what they hoping. But
yeah, that's what they're hoping. But
he got out of it.
Carpenter is going to be. Yeah, I mean, one run. I ain't gonna kill him for that because he's usually had big innings where they just score and he'll have that one bad inning where he'll give up 3, 4, 5 runs and then he'll settle down and shut him down after that.
No, but guess what? This is the postseason. You make 325. You gotta go no run 7 in the postseason. If you that dude,
I mean, no runs is a little unrealistic.
No, it's not. Not for Gary Cole.
One run. I get it. You know what I'm saying? This might be all he gives up.
It might be. Let's see. We hope so. It might be. Guess what? They might not score though. The Yankees might not score.
But see, the thing is, the Yankees got to hit. It don't matter how good you pitch.
No, they don't hit. They don't hit. How many batters back?
But you gotta also remember the second half of the season what the Yankees lineup was. Mm-hmm. Remember what listen, Carpenter was out, Stanton was out for a long period of time. You had a lot of important bats out of that lineup doing that losing streak. Doing
Rizzo was out.
Rizzo was out too. I mean, that make a big difference. And then they had to come back in and rediscover their swing. You know what I mean?
It's not. You seem like a knowledgeable Yankee fan, right? So, what makes you think that when these guys, Stanton batted 207 this year, Rizzo batted 224, Donaldson batted 222. Posada was the worst hitter in that lineup at 265.
Yeah.
These dudes all hit under 230.
But in the newer days, the analytics, they don't even care about batting average no more.
I don't know why. It's baseball.
I mean, me personally, I'm old school.
Yeah.
I like to see what Aaron Judge did, bat 300.
Yeah.
He hit a whole bunch of home runs and driving runs. I mean, listen, if Aaron Judge was batting third or fourth, how many RBIs you think he would have had?
160.
Yeah, 130. That's a lot of RBIs for somebody who's batting first and second.
Yeah.
130. That's a lot.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean? So
Judge had a great year.
Stanton, you remember Stanton was hot before he got hurt. And then he got hurt and he came back and he struggled for it. But he's streaky. Let me tell you something. Stanton could actually carry this team. And Stanton hasn't been a problem in the playoffs the last few years. He's been the big bat.
I ain't mad at Stanton.
He's been killing it. Yeah, he's been killing it. And when he gets on and he starts hitting and you can't get him out. It's like he's smacking everything out of the park.
That's true.
So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So, baseball is a funny game, man. Like that momentum come in and you got, you're only as good as your pitcher.
Starting pitcher. Yep.
So where's it at right now, Wes? Now that I stepped away, anything happened?
1-0 still.
1-0.
That's it.
Did they turn over? Did you get him
out? The Yankees coming back up to bat.
All right.
Yeah, they're about the sixth dude about to strike out.
This is a huge sports week because not only you have baseball playoffs, you got the NBA, you got hockey in. Rangers is playing tonight. You got the Knicks preseason. You got the next. They're almost towards the end. They're about to start next week. I think this weekend. I think either this weekend or next week they starting. Season starting.
So you're our Knicks correspondent. Yes. So tell us about the New York Knicks right fast.
Tell you about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks, as constituted, that roster is like, I'm just watching the first couple of preseason games. I'm like, wow, these guys are really. I didn't realize watching Jalen Brunson, actually, because when you go to another players on another team and you're not really watching them like that, but to watch this guy play and control the offense and this is what the Knicks has been needing for years. They finally got a point guard. This guy he's a legit point guard. I think being out of Doncic's shadow, he's gonna thrive. He's gonna thrive in New York, man. He's a winner. He's a champion. You gotta remember, they had the back-to-back. What was it? Back-to-back. Villanova, man. Yeah, he's a champion. He know how to win. You saw what he did in the playoffs.
Neville, you like the Giants, the New York Giants too?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Giants fan. 4-1, baby.
I just love your passion, man. I'm feeling all that energy.
He's New York tried and true. He's New York tried and true.
Yeah, all my teams is New York teams, man. I don't deviate from it. I don't deviate. That's what I grew up from the 70s. Little kid in the 70s rooting for the Yankees. I was rooting for the Giants when people had paper bags on their heads when they was on Channel 2.
You remember Billy Taylor?
Huh?
Running back? Remember Billy Taylor, the running back with the Giants?
Yeah.
He came to my little league game. I mean, little league dinner to speak, and he said he's going to gain 1,000 yards, and he got cut. So I said Tony Dorsett didn't get cut.
Oh, we got 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, that's all it takes, man.
Hey,
the Yankees home run, man.
Hey, Nev.
Yeah.
So, I know you're a Giants fan and all.
Yes, I am.
But for the most part, except for Coach, over here, you know what I mean?
Okay. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still the ball? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still the boys.
Giants fans are quiet this season, man.
I'm still the boys. Oh, I'm still them boys.
Neville, hit me up on Facebook. What's up with your boys, man? What's up with your boys? Not this year, though.
Listen. Cowboys looking good. I'm not listen. The NFC East right now is looking good, except for the Deadskins. Yeah. Everybody else is looking good.
The Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders. It's still kind of hard for me to just say. I've been calling them Redskins for 40 plus years, so it's not that easy to just say okay, But the Commanders, Washington, whatever. But the Eagles look like the best team in football right now. Oh, here we go. Now I seen a home run. Yeah. I like Beta. I like him.
I just sent a text message
because he got that speed.
I just sent a text message of Darth. I call him Lord Beta.
Beta. Beta he grew up a Yankee fan.
Yeah. He went to Horace Mann.
Yeah. So
Horace Mann High School.
Yeah, he's a local kid. So. He grew up a Yankee fan, so he was looking forward to this.
Yeah.
He's one of those scrappy type of, play crazy defense, fast. He's gonna be I guess he's gonna be our new age Brett Gardner.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I mean, he got the game. He got the kid plays impeccable defense and he's fast and he makes contact. So that's all you can ask for.
Let me ask you this. You said something a few seconds ago, and we just turned off the I'm still them boys video.
Yeah.
And you claim that the Eagles they got the best record in football. I would agree with you there.
I mean, right now,
when I look at who they play,
they're
a good team, but I still think that the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in football.
Okay,
that's just my opinion.
You know what Bill used to say, Bill Parcells.
Yeah, what the record is?
Which record is. So now,
but Kansas City's not playing. They're not playing Detroit. They're not playing the Commanders. They're not playing Jacksonville. They didn't play the Bears. So they playing a real schedule right now. And so I get it, but they're good. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying that their record is not indicative of how. Like if their record is 5-0 because they played some pretty piss poor squads.
I got you. I mean,
Kansas City's better. And I'm not a Kansas City
KC's record? What's KC's record?
4-1. Yeah.
4-1.
And they had that one dud against Colts, but
I'm
they
not a
got
Kansas
Buffalo.
City fan.
They got Buffalo this week.
Who got Buffalo?
KC.
Oh, Buffalo.
Buffalo comes to KC, so that's the game of the week.
Yeah,
Well, that and the Cowboy game, obviously.
That boy Allen, he's the truth. He's the truth. He's the truth. And I'm just saying to myself, I remember the year, because that's the same year they drafted Saquon Barkley. And all those other teams passed on Josh Allen. Because he was with Baker Mayfield and all those guys. You remember that?
Yeah.
He was Wyoming.
So he ended up being the stud out of all of them.
He was coming out of Wyoming. Nobody knew him. He wasn't really too accurate. He had he was a project.
But see, that's when you got the front office got to do their job and do their work. That's how when you pick these players, you got to know what you can do with them, what the potential is of them. You know what I mean? And when you got a really good organization, like Buffalo's a good organization, they it's no coincidence that the Giants are doing well since Dave was there.
Yeah, I like him. You were talking about him earlier. You like him?
Yeah, I like him a lot. Like I wasn't too, but I'm watching this guy, watching him dance in the locker room, and that guy's like he loved this. He loves this.
Yeah, I like him.
I just the whole energy of the front office and the coaching, everything. Wait Martindale too, another beast. He got them boys. He got that defense playing. And think about it, they don't have nobody. All he plays out. They on strings.
Wink Martindale, he's gonna be a coach next year.
He might, or the Giants might.
I just keep hearing his name a lot.
His name is Wink Martindale.
Yes.
Wink Martindale, man.
He sound like a 70s Hollywood.
Yeah,
he
was a long-time Ravens defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator, yeah, man. So
Wink Martindale.
Ravens every year got a top 5, top 10, 5-10 defense every year. So you know that. So he's gonna bring that philosophy. He's already the aggressiveness, the blitzing, everything. Like he got them boys playing. I mean, it's to me like out of all the sports, football, the coach makes the biggest difference out of all the sports in football. When you got somebody who knows how to coach.
Yeah, me and Cliff and Hawk understand what a coach is. We had one of the best ever to do it, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson, and the curse of Jimmy Johnson because they haven't won since.
Well, we want Barry.
Barry won one. Barry and Jerry won one.
Yeah, but that was
Jimmy
Johnson.
It was Jimmy's team.
That was all Jimmy's team.
His groceries, but they
yeah, he was. I mean,
Barry shit on the sideline eating hot dogs. He was eating hot dogs during the game.
He had a ready-made team already. That team was already. The team was already a 3-time championship team already.
Yeah, Barry was doing that.
It was a 2-time championship team. Yeah.
2-time, yeah.
But yeah, man. But the Cowboys, man, I can't front of the Cowboys team, man. That Micah Parsons guy, he's a real deal, man.
He's the real deal.
He's a real deal. He's a real deal. Like I'm still like my cousin's still mad that the Giants passed over him and traded down instead of going after him.
He fell in the Cowboys' lap. He fell in their lap.
What happened was the Giants traded down and they went and got the kid that's always hurt, Tony. They traded down, but the thing is, they traded. To see, the thing is, we're gonna know how it works in the next few years because they traded down and they got those 2 picks from the Bears, which turned into Evan Neal and Thibodeau. So if Thibodeau, I like what I see at Thibodeau because he was out the first few games. He was out the first few games, and he's like, you see that boy. Last weekend, you seen him all over the place. He was all over the place, and he was batting down passes. It's so you figured once all those guys get back, once the other kid, Olajari get back, and also Williams, once they get back in the line, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be a problem, man. That defense is gonna be a problem. And then they just re-signed. They brought back old boy. that was with us.
Landon Collins?
Yeah, Landon
Collins.
Collins.
Oh yeah, they put Landon Collins back.
So now, put him back on the team, and Wink Martindale's gonna use him. He's probably gonna know how to use him,
like Ed Reed.
Because Landon Collins is a beast of the John. I don't know what happened with the Redskins. I know he got injured a lot, whatever. You know, it didn't really work out over there. But towards the end, he started playing better. But then they cut him, I guess, because of the money.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him out there, and you know, who knows, man? You might be able to, recreate something good. You know, the NFC East is gonna be crazy, man, because I know the Giants play the Eagles twice towards the end. They play them, I think the last game is in December, so who knows? That's gonna mean something for one of those teams. I don't know if we're gonna Eagles.
When is that last Giants Cowboy game?
I like the fact that the Cowboys got to play the Giants and the Eagles in Jerry World later on.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
That's gonna be. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be. But the thing is, what you gonna do when Dak get back? See, that's the thing.
Nothing, play him when he's ready.
When you listen.
The best thing to do is to keep the formula the same thing you've been doing with.
You play the
this
QB
guy
rush against Philly,
Yeah.
and you bring Dak back against Chicago and Detroit.
Oh, but what happens is, what are they 4-1, right? What is this guy 4-0?
Yeah.
Now you bring him, you take him out, and you put Dak in, and they lose 2 in a row. You know what's gonna happen?
What?
You know it's gonna be a quarterback controversy.
Well, the consensus, right?
Neville, you're a smart guy. Look at his numbers. You want a quarterback to throw 10 for 16?
Yeah. But you know, he's getting. I know what you're saying, but he's getting the job done. Sometimes, listen.
There ain't no controversy, man. That's no media hype.
Listen, but sometimes we do know stats. Stats don't always tell the whole story. You know,
I watched the game. It told me the story.
Okay.
I saw the game. I mean, I saw the highlight. I can see enough.
He might be one of those guys type of guys that he don't got to throw 20, 30 times a game. He may throw 15 times a game and get the job done. You know.
Right. Well, that's why I say they should keep they keep the formula the same, because one thing that the Cowboys are doing that they didn't do last year and years prior is they're running the ball very, very well.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's the other guy they got?
So you're not leaning on Dak. I think a lot of times Dak was being overused because Zeke wasn't really stepping up, or they hadn't really figured out running schemes properly.
Yeah.
So you got Dak had to air it out.
Offensive line was hurt.
But is it me or this year, especially in the NFC East, everybody run the ball? It's like old school NFC East. It's like 80s, 90s NFC East, like running that ball, like that old school run the ball football. Like I love it.
It's a good formula, particularly when you got good defenses. To support that. You shorten the game, and
if you got a good defense, because you remember that was Parcells, Bill Parcells. That was his thing. He run that ball, great defense to run that ball, time of possession, control the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think last week there were more 2-2 records in the league than any other time in history.
Yeah,
like the parity that's in the league right now.
Yeah,
is crazy.
15 2-2 teams last week.
15.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It should be definitely interesting because a lot of teams that you thought were going to do good, they're not doing that great. Look at the Raiders. You thought the Raiders going to take that next step, and they're 1-4.
Yeah, but all their games have been like close games.
I know.
You know, like they haven't gotten blown out. You know, some
but 1-4.
heartbreakers.
But 1-4 is 1-4. How many more games you gonna get like that? You know, you got 2-3 more games like that. Your season might be over before it starts. You know what I mean? It's like,
I feel you, man. That Green Bay win gave you a lot of confidence, bro.
I ain't seen Giant fans talking this in a long time.
Especially when it was nothing to talk about. So what is it to talk about? You can't talk. You can't really talk if your team is losing. I'm not like one of them fans that's gonna be like No. If we losing, I keep quiet. I won't say nothing. I
love it, though. I love that interview. Right.
I don't talk smack. That's not me. I don't do that. Well, my team plays well, you gonna know it. I'm gonna let you know it. But when they play,
we know right now.
Yeah, we right now. Listen, I talk about them even when they play. If they're playing bad, I'll say they I was saying they need to get rid of Daniel Jones. Now Daniel Jones is, he's making me eat crow a little bit. Like
would you re-sign him?
It depends. A lot gotta happen this year before I think about re-signing him. Like I'm seeing something different because, like I said, for the last couple of years, that he has really horrible a lot of injuries, horrible coaching, horrible offensive line.
Bad decisions too. And the quarterback market is ripe this year. I mean, the quarterback market will probably be about 5 or 6 deep, actually. And
who's going into free agency this year?
Well, I'm talking about coming out of college.
You mean coming out? But the thing is, depending on what the Giants do for the rest of the season, now do I want them to lay an egg and not win any more games for the season? No, I don't want that. I've been seeing it the last 5-6 years. I'm tired of that. I'm going to win. So that's probably going to end up costing us a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to end up costing us a quarterback because we're not going to be 2-16 or whatever it is. We're not. So.
But that's the thing. This year, it seems like with so much parity, there's not too many terrible teams. I think it's going to be that middle of the pack. Going to be a lot of teams this year.
Yeah,
I guess we'll 7 and 10 win. I think it's going to be a lot of teams.
I think y'all gonna win 8 to 9 games, Neville.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
I think y'all can go 9 and 8 or 8 and 9. I think y'all gonna be right in that area.
Yeah, what was it, 9 and 8? 9 and 8? If we go 9 and 8
or 8 and 9, one of the two.
Yeah,
I'll be
happy with that.
Games. I think that's what they're gonna be.
I'll be happy with that. But like I said, if
they were supposed to win 4 games and they're playing better.
If they win next week and they 5-1, they may be better than that.
Who y'all got this week?
They play Baltimore.
Ooh.
Well, that's a test right there. That'll tell us a lot.
Yeah, that's gonna tell you. That's gonna tell you. I mean, if Green Bay don't tell you,
where is that game?
In Baltimore, I think.
No, I think it's in New York.
It is in New York. Yeah, you're right. It is in New York.
It's in New York. It's that I'll tell you right now. It's definitely Ravens Giants. Yeah, Ravens at Giants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not gonna be a slam dunk for the Ravens. I don't think they're gonna come in like. And also, I'm pretty sure Wink Martindale knows a little something about that team.
Oh yeah, he knows a lot about him. That's gonna be that big advantage.
He's gonna devise a plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna be all over. They're gonna be all over.
Lamar.
They're gonna be all over. They're gonna be running them down.
How'd he look the last game?
He missed a couple open shots. He and they went for it on 4th and didn't get it, but then kicked it the second time. But he looked all right, but he just missed it. 2 easy throws that were touchdowns, short touchdowns.
Yeah, he overthrew the cat one time. He's just not a good in the pocket passer.
Well, I heard, I guess Colin Cowherd mentioned that he leads the league in pocket passes, touchdowns. Well, up until, he leads the league in touchdowns from the pocket.
Yeah, he wasn't good yesterday.
He wasn't that good.
But on the run,
that drive, he did well with that last drive.
They're gonna have to pay him though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna have to back that truck up. They're gonna have to back that truck up because can't be cheap.
Should have been paid already.
Yep.
You can't be
got that Aaron Judge redemption year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what he does. I mean, because I don't think anybody's gonna. I don't think anybody could top that Aaron Judge. I mean, he bet on himself, man. Did he bet on himself. He's gonna get paid. They're gonna have to back that truck up. Cashman.
I think it's gonna be the same years, 7 years, and I think it's gonna be 325, 350.
I'll do 7. I mean, listen, if they gotta give him 8-9, give him 8-9. So what? Who cares about 8-9 years from now? Who cares about that? Nobody cares about that.
Nev,
it's just money.
Coach seems to think that Aaron Judge is going to be a Met next year.
No, that's not happening. No way. No way. Listen, there's no way that Aaron Judge is going to leave the Yankees and go across town. I don't think that's going to happen. They wouldn't even let that happen. That's almost equivalent of losing them to the Red Sox. It's just not going to happen.
Hey,
listen. You know what happened with Bernie Williams when it was at the 12 o'clock hour? They were like, we can't let you go to the Red Sox. It's the last thing you want to see is Judge in New York on the other side for the next decade.
All I'm saying is,
the Mets got to worry about signing their own guys. They got to worry about bringing DeGrom back. If they bring DeGrom back, how much are they going to have to give DeGrom?
Money is no object for the Mets.
Yeah, but it's no object. But you don't want to. You're not going to go crazy. You're not going to go crazy. I mean, they gave what 40-something million. They gave Scherzer $43 million. You're gonna give what's the name $50 million, and then you're gonna give Judge $50 million?
Yeah, why not? It's only money.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think the Yankees, it's just.
Now, let me ask you this though.
Listen. Aaron Judge's legacy in New York. Yankee or a Met?
At this point, it don't matter. It's going to be a Yankee wherever he play.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
No, he's still young. If he was to go to another team,
he's not
10 years from now, his story will be totally different.
Yeah, but he's not that young though. He's 31 now.
He's 31 years old.
Oh, he's 31? Oh, my bad.
It's always going to be tied to the Yankees because he broke the record with the Yankees.
Yeah.
But if somebody offered him that $50 million a year,
but I don't think the Yankees could be outbid, bro. I think the Yankees do have a hard line, but the Yankees also know that they're going to have to. Yeah, they're still paying Bonilla. They're still paying Bobby.
They paid him $1 million a year.
I know, but still, man, it's like, come on, man. Still, that's a lot. Listen, Bonilla got the beat. He came off on that.
Yeah, no, that's one of the greatest contracts ever.
He came off on that deal, man. I mean,
I think Steve Cohen got a lot of money.
20 years later, he's
Cohen
eating up
got
the
a lot of money, and he willing to spend it.
Yeah, but that wasn't Cohen though. That was.
I'm saying now.
Yeah, for sure. But you're not going to have a $500 million payroll. I mean, he already has like a 200 or something. What he got? The second highest payroll in baseball now?
Yeah. So why not be the first highest?
Yeah.
Who wants to?
I don't listen. Me personally, I don't think between the Yankees and I think the Mets, as far as like, because he has kind of like a mutual respect for the Yankees organization and the guys there. So I don't think he's going to try and jump in that Aaron Judge. Unless the Yankees decide, you know what, we're not going to. And
that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to be the Yankees and the Mets going to be bidding against each other for each other's players. I don't think.
I agree with that. I don't.
Just like I don't think the Yankees will go after DeGrom. I just don't think they're gonna touch that. Yeah. They're gonna just let.
And the story, like there's no greater story than this guy in the Yankees uniform, especially since the record. It's like
it's like you are the Yankees. Got Judge's Chamber. I mean, the most storied franchise in sports. I mean, come on, man. It's like I look at it as this. I said
the movie
a 30-year-old Yankee fan, right? If you're a 30-year-old Yankee fan, I posted something a while ago. If you're a 30-year-old Yankee fan, you don't even know what it's like to have a losing season. You never saw it in your life.
Right.
Okay. I've been on my job 31 years, and in my 31 years of working on my job, I haven't seen a losing season.
But if you're a 50-year-old Knicks fan, you don't know what it's like to win a championship.
At all.
My thing went out a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I know it did. Back to life. Back to reality.
Yo, the volume went out. Hold up.
That's right.
The volume went out.
I'm sure it did. Mic check 1 2 1 2. New York Knicks, are you in the building? New York Knicks, are you in the building?
Hold up.
No Knicks in the building.
You guys hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
But I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh wow, I know you can't.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know what he said later.
What you said? What you said?
I'll let you know what he said. I just want to let you, in case you missed it, I'll rewind it for you. He said if you're a 30-year-old Knicks fan, you never seen him win a championship. That's what he said.
Listen, the last time Nick won a championship, I was like 3 years old or something like that. I don't even know. I don't remember that. You know what I'm saying?
73,
so,
right?
73, right? 73? 73? That was the last championship. I was a kid. I was
an infant.
You're a toddler.
I was a kid.
We were toddlers.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't have too much recollection of sports until I was maybe like about 4 or 5. Around that's when I kind of like started to kind of get into like baseball, Yankees and stuff like that, and you know. Yeah.
My first was like Reggie Bar.
Yeah, man. You remember? You remember when they threw the balls on the field?
Yeah.
In Yankee Stadium?
Yeah. The Reggie Bar was kind of like.
I thought you was gonna tell us you ran out and ain't got one. I was there. Look, 75.
I used to definitely eat those though.
The greatest day was Bat Day. That was the greatest day. You get Bat Day, and we used to call them something else though. The Bat little. We used to call them something else. I don't know if you.
Be Cool Sticks.
And Be Cool Stick.
Be Cool Stick.
Yeah.
You had the Yankee game, the Met game. You get a bat. It immediately
and it was on.
This is my.
It was on and popping.
It's my Be Cool Stick. No, it's a souvenir.
They got rid of Bat Day. They got rid of Bat Day for a few years because of that.
Yeah, you got hacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People thought they was in the movie The Warriors with the baseball fury.
Oh man, man, that was a great film. Great film. Oh yeah. So Neville, what else is going on with what else is going on around league with the what's going on with the other side with the National League?
Oh, the National League. Well, obviously you know the Mets are home now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was a big thing. I mean, if you're a Met fan, it's like being a Knicks fan. You're just used to disappointment.
Well, 86.
No, 86. But you had 2000.
You know?
You could have been 17, 16, 17 then. In 86.
86. I was 15.
Then they beat
86, man. 86. I remember. Listen.
Wait,
I'm not even as a Yankee fan. You had to respect that team.
Yep.
That team was gangster, yo. That team represented. It was the epitome of New York.
The Mets have
Strawberry sniffing that cocaine
since 86.
Strawberry docking them. It was just they fighting on the field. That was like New York, man.
Wait,
it was just like, yo.
Hold
it was epitome. I think that's why George Steinbrenner had an affinity for the 86 Mets.
That's why he went and got
That's why he went and got
Strawberry and Doc.
Strawberry
and Doc. Yeah.
That's why he went and got them boys.
But when was the last time the Mets won the World Series?
86.
That was the last time
they played against the Yankees in 2001, but the Yankees
2000, but they lost.
The Yankees beat them. Why do I think the Mets? Okay.
Yeah, they played in 2015 and lost too. To Kansas City.
That's okay.
The Kansas City Royals beat them.
Yeah, Kansas City, yeah. But they went on that run because they weren't expected to go on that run. They just went on that crazy run and made it to the World Series. In case he was Keith Hernandez, he was sniffing too. They was all sniffing.
Yeah, that whole team.
That whole team was coked out. You talk about the 80s, man. Everybody was sniffing.
That's what made them good.
In Queens, New York.
Yep.
Bronx, Queens.
Listen.
You the harder to get down.
You used to see Strawberry up in the Q Club in Queens back in the days. I don't know if you remember the Q Club in Jamaica.
Mm-mm.
A lot of cats used to come through there. Mike Tyson, all them cats used to be up in there.
I was too young, but I used to hear about it.
Nah, no. This was during the 80s run. This was during the 80s time when all them spots was open, like Latin Quarters and all that.
Yeah, I ain't really
Q Club was like
really reaching out until 88, 87, 88. Yeah,
that's when me and Hawk first met.
88, 89. Yeah,
that's when me and Hawk first met. Tell him Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawk had the flat top. I had the flat top. Hawk had the flat top.
So yeah, the first club I ever went to, New York club I ever went to, was the Fun House in 1984, Christmas 1984.
Wow.
I was there. I saw Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick do Lottie Dottie for the first time, right? So, but I wasn't really going out like that. I just happened to get over there because I was staying with my cousins in Inglewood. So I went over on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my mom's really wouldn't let me out the house until I got to my junior year. And then me and Cliff used to run around to the Volcanique. in Kearney, you know what I'm saying? I think Wes went to the Volcanique a couple times.
I did.
Over there in Kearney.
And then there was another spot we used to go to on Sunday called Mingles. Down in Perth Amboy.
Oh yeah.
On Sunday.
Yep.
That was 15. I was 15 or 16 then.
Yeah, but when I started going back to the city, I went to the Heartthrob because it was the old Fun House.
I remember Heartthrob.
Yeah, and Heartthrob shut down, and then we went to 54 because the Heartthrob crowd went to 54 on Friday night.
That's when we first met.
Yeah, at Studio 54.
54, yep.
Yep. The Latin Quarter, I heard about it, but I didn't know where it was.
That was my home.
I was walking past it to get to 54.
That was my home.
Then Latin Quarter had shut down, and everybody.
Latin Quarter had just shut down in 88. They had just shut down in 88.
And that's when
because you remember
Kid Capri at 54 was popping off right
after Latin Quarters, it was kind of a lull in like hip hop parties.
The tunnel
in New York, there wasn't really because you know all the violence that was going on.
Man, I was in the freestyle parties a week.
Oh yeah, 1018. Come on, 1018. Roseland. I mean, come on, man. That was,
man. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So then when Studio 54 turned into Studio 55.
That's when I first met you. That's when I first met Aunt Marshall.
Yeah.
They was young. Aunt Marshall.
They was like 15 years old.
Tyler, they was young. They I used to go pick them up from high school. Talim, all of them.
Early.
Yeah. All them cats, man. Casper.
Yeah.
Casper, John, Dominican John. We used to call him Big Butt John. Joey.
Man.
Joey from all the kids from Williamsburg, or all them cats from Marcy and Williamsburg and all that.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And now look. 30
some
odd
years
later.
I always say, man, that was the best time ever in my life, man.
Yeah. We was 18,
I say from
19,
86.
20.
I think from 86 to 95. The stuff I was doing back then.
That was the best time in hip hop, hands down.
Huh?
That was the best time in hip hop. From 86 to 95.
Yeah.
That was
and it's crazy because
the most pure at its essence. That's what it was. Yeah.
And I could say I had a little part in both of those legendary 90s parties, Daddy's House and the Tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Original promoters I was one of the original promoters for both of those.
Oh yeah.
With Jessica, Chris Love, all of us, and then with the Tunnel Party, Chris Lighty, me, Chris Lighty, all of us.
Yeah.
And then they moved from we was at the Supper Club. Moved from the Supper Club to the Tunnel. No, it was a couple of other spots we moved to, but then we ended up going to the Tunnel. And I was there for a little bit, and then then I bowed out, and then the Tunnel became what it was.
Yeah. Early.
Yeah. Listen, so I could say I had a hand in both of those historic parties in New York. I mean,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Two of the most historic parties. And I also went to Latin Quarters in Union Square. So I hung out.
I was right there.
Yeah. So I witnessed all of those.
Your boy Josh Donaldson just hit a ball off the top of the wall, and they trying to review it to see if it was going or not. This asshole don't run the bases. And
here we go. Here we go.
He's celebrating.
Who was it?
Is he out?
Dummy.
Is he
Run
out?
hard, man. He up there celebrating like he had a home run.
He out?
Yeah, he out.
Oh man, you gotta be kidding me.
He think it's a home
run. What a bonehead play.
Now he don't know what to do because he thought it was a home run. Out.
Are they gonna review that? Because it looked like it looked like it was a home run.
He's out. Done.
He's definitely out?
Yeah.
Did they review it? Because you remember I'm behind.
They reviewed it. He's out.
Wow.
You ever think about when you're out of here?
What a bonehead play.
Yep. So check this out. Let's get to these next week NFL kicks.
All right, what's you got lined up?
Yeah, I need somebody to write it down because I have no pen and paper today. But I got them ready to go.
Cliff, can you help us out?
I can write them. Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna do the Thursday night game. Commanders and the Bears.
The Bears.
I got the Bears.
What are they playing?
It's in Chicago.
The Bears.
I roll with the Bears.
I got the Bears too. What you got, Neville?
The audio.
I'm going with the Commanders.
Okay.
Huh?
Who you rolling with? The Bears or the Commanders, Neville?
Well, Neville
lost them.
All right.
The Sunday night game. Cowboys Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I played myself by going against the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys this week.
Yeah,
who you got? Bears versus who we say?
Commanders.
Commanders. Thank you. Washington Redskins. Bears versus Commanders. Who you got, Neville?
Bears versus Commanders. Wow, that's I got the Commanders actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I got the Commanders. Yeah.
Cowboys Eagles.
Woo! I think the Cowboys might get this one. I think it might end up being a 3-way tie in the division after next week.
Who you got, Wes?
My hatred for the Cowboys won't let me pick them no matter what.
I know it just listen, but I'm going by what as far as
I know. I mean, my head's telling me to.
I'm just, I can't, yeah. It's just the Cowboys defense, man. Like I said, and before they do that, like y'all was saying, who has Philly really beat? Even though they look like the best team in football, but like I said, now they stepping up in competition now, so they got to play the Cowboys, and But question is Dak playing next week though?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
We still don't know, but we're all thinking they should sit him.
I would sit him. Because to come back to that game, if he starts and they come back and they lose that game, Cowboys fans gonna be screaming.
Yeah,
they're gonna be screaming.
Yep.
The Monday night game, Broncos Chargers.
Chargers.
The 4 o'clock game. The 4 o'clock game we're gonna take is the Bills and the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I got the Bills.
Chiefs.
Yeah. I got the Bills. I got the Bills.
Patrick, my homeboy, is the best quarterback in football right now.
Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. My
Patrick
homeboy.
Mahomes is my
So
homeboy.
we all
is the
have the
best
Chiefs.
quarterback in football.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Josh Allen, man. He's that boy's.
He's not Mahomes, bro.
He got one of these.
Exactly.
He got an MVP.
Nope.
Not yet.
He got an MVP. He got one of these.
Until he do, then he
That's
ain't that.
Okay.
Like Patrick Mahomes does it every year.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
My homeboy.
My homeboy.
But how about them Jets though? The Jets got the.
Yeah, but they beat Miami with a third-string quarterback though.
Huh?
In lieu of Neville being here, we're gonna do the Ravens and the Giants. 12 o'clock game.
I got the Giants, man. I'm rolling with the G-man, man.
I got Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
Man, I'm rolling with the G-man. I think they're gonna find a way. I think the Giants gonna find a way to pull us out.
Who you got, Coach? You on mute.
Ravens.
All right, Neville. We have this thing with our show when we do picks.
Okay.
If you're the lone wolf, you go, oh! So since you're the only person who picked the Giants.
And the only person picked the Bills.
All right, but you what's another one?
And the Bills too.
Come on.
The Bills right now, Bills looking like the class of the AFC, man. They just.
Nah, actually, the Kansas City Chiefs are.
You think so?
For sure.
The Bills
They had a tough one against the Raiders, and even when the refs was trying to pull it out from under them, my homeboy still went to work and did his thing. It's like this dude, all the chips are stacked against him. He's just come gunslinging, throwing it from behind his back, over his head. He's just the boy is, and Kelsey is, come on, man.
Kelsey, come on,
he's
man.
Yeah, man. You know. So yeah.
Listen, Kelsey like the brown sugar too. You know that, right?
You know that.
You know that.
Kelsey does like he like brown sugar.
He love the brown sugar.
Yeah, he like brown sugar.
He's like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And if you want that money, there we go.
Chargers, Browns, -3. Chargers -5. Oh, I didn't see the
top dogs.
Bring it up a little higher.
Bring it up a little higher.
Jets.
You got the Chiefs +3, Jets +7. Who the Jets got? Who the Jets got?
The Jets have.
The Jets got the Green Bay. They're playing Green Bay.
Yeah, the Jets playing the Packers.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, that's gonna be
what's up in Green Bay? What's really good?
That's gonna be a tough one. But
Devontae, he's hurting without his receivers. He don't have nobody. He can. What they need to be doing is running though, but they still trying to throw it.
They got 2 stud running backs. I don't know why they don't run the ball.
They need to be running it.
What y'all think about that call that dude made and got bailed out? The Chargers coach.
Oh, you saw Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen did the right thing, because let me tell you, you in your own territory is a minute and some change left in the game, and you go for it on 4th down with the lead. You could have just punted, and let them have to earn it. They still gotta come down the field and beat you. They get the ball back, run 2 plays, and they in field goal range already.
Yeah.
And they dismiss the field goal, and he gonna say, I was trying to put my team in the best position to win. Huh?
He was making bold calls like that all last year, yo.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this dude doing? Just punt the ball and let them come down the field. Now they went for it. They incomplete. The ball starts on the 43-yard line. Your own 43. I mean, they got to defend their own 43. Luckily, it was Jacoby Brissett, because if it was any other quarterback, he would have got one more first down. Because Brissett got 1 first down to Cooper, and that was it.
When's Deshaun coming back?
Against the Texans. The Texans.
Yeah.
Is that right? Ain't that the irony of it all, right?
Ain't that crazy?
The irony of it all.
Week 13, though.
We're gonna make this money.
Oh yeah,
that's box office.
They're paying him a lot of money too, man. So he got to get up in there.
I bet you that game is in Houston too, so they can get some money off of Deshaun.
Oh, of course.
A packed house.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be. Even though Houston is bad, it's a bad team. That's probably gonna be a nationally televised game. I'm almost certain of that.
Yep.
Yeah. You gonna see how that work?
Yep. Is in Houston.
You guys see CeCe Sabathia? They just showed a picture of him. You know that boy Rip now, you know, right?
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
He's ripped. But
did you see his documentary? He went through something. He had had an illness, alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol addiction.
Yeah. He went through that. He went through that with the Yankees. The Yankees helped him out, gave him some space, let him.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about the Yankees, man. They take care of their players. Yeah. They take care of their players always. Since George Steinbrenner was there, they always take care of their players. They make sure their players is good, man. They always take players that you were even when Strawberry and Doc was going through their thing, even after they had relapses, Steinbrenner was making sure they was good. He always made sure them dudes was good. The Mets organization never did that. Think about that.
Now the Mets had an account with Smithers Rehab. It was a rehab center in Queens called Smithers, and all them cats was running through that mug. Coaches, players, it was crazy.
Sniffing, they was
smoke under the bleachers. It was and
everything.
smash, smoking and smashing young ladies in the bleachers.
It was They was wilding.
They was wilding.
Strawberry, them dudes was wilding, son. They was wilding.
The 80s was off.
The 80s,
They said Doc Gooden was straight Eddie Kane after the concert.
Yeah. man,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
The crazy part is when Doc came to New York that year in '95, I went to opening day. They played the Kansas City Royals, and it snowed, and it was snow out.
I remember that.
They gave us a ticket to pick up a makeup game, and it was a Seattle game. So I went, and this cat threw the no-hitter. I was on that D train. I thought the D train was going to derail. People was like, "Doc Gooden," shaking the train. I was like, "Yo!" It was off the chart. It was so crazy.
And I know Met fans was going crazy because not only did he did that, but he won a ring with the Yankees. So that had to that had to frazzle Met fans. It's him and Strawberry. They both won, and they were both integral parts of that.
That's crazy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were.
The '96 team and that '98 team. Strawberry come off that bench.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of integral parts, did y'all happen to catch the Redeem Team on Netflix?
Not yet.
Man, yo, it was a part. It was dope. Like it was this one part. LeBron had me cracking up. Like I saw a different side of LeBron that I hadn't seen, and it's kind of ironic because everything played out perfectly from that point on for really all of these. Like a lot of dudes' lives changed because of that, right? So you had when you really get the history of how that all played out in 2004, LeBron, Carmelo, and Dwayne Wade were on that team with Larry Brown and AI and Marbury and all those dudes were Clown and Tim Duncan, and it was no system. Larry Brown didn't want to play no young players, and they got clowned, right? They got the bronze, whatever. Then they go back and they get Krzyzewski, and they lose to Brazil, Baby Shaq. And they don't qualify in the World Championships again in I think it was 2007 or 06, and then they had to come back, and in 2007 they getting ready for the Olympics, and Kobe's trying to get traded, and he's going through whatever he's going through because he can't win without Shaq or whatever, and he decides to come in there, and everybody leaves him alone. And he'll say a little bit of something to a couple of people. First practice, he the first one diving and everything like that. They start to pick up that chemistry. Then all of a sudden, when they played Spain the first time, after they had just lost to Boston, and Pau Gasol was on his team. You know how Boston punked Pau Gasol, how they made him like he was soft.
Yeah.
So he told the team, he said, "This is what we're gonna do. First play of the game, I'm running right through Pau Gasol. I know what play they're gonna run. I'm running through the screen." And they were like, "You ain't gonna run through the screen. That's his teammate. He ain't gonna do that." First play of the game, they showed the play. The screen was Powell was coming to set the screen. Kobe said, Powell was on his ass, like boom, hit the ground. LeBron was like they said, LeBron was like, "Yo, he actually did it." And they were like, "This dude he's another animal." But from that point, Pau Gasol was never the same player because Pau Gasol they won a championship the next year, right?
Yeah.
That happened the next year. LeBron and Dwayne Wade got together as they went together. Chris Paul, they all said that they learned so much from just that summer with how he got down, 4:00 in the morning, only one working out. They was all partying in Vegas, and they coming back, getting on the elevator. Kobe coming from a workout. And they were like, "Yo,
that dude was different animal.
What you doing?"
Different breed.
Coaches.
That's all he cared about, brothers. Basketball.
Man. He ain't getting nothing else, man.
Mm-hmm.
He said coaches, but then they gave him a birthday party. Like he didn't even know how to that. They said that kind of broke the ice because it was his birthday out there, and LeBron James made a big deal about his birthday, and gave him a little cupcake. You know. But Krzyzewski was good because Krzyzewski built everything around those two, and he kept saying this ain't Cleveland and this ain't LA. Like he kept bringing it up, like saying this is the dream team. This is about the USA, not LA and not Cleveland. Like so, it was always about those two, and it was well done. I mean, and obviously all these dudes are talking now, and Kobe's the only one that can't talk now. So, you know, they're all being interviewed about it now, and you can see Chris Bosh was even like kind of choked up.
I'm still like it's still in disbelief, man. It's like that day was just like it was like you knew it was going to be a bad 2020, and it turned out being a real bad 2020 because right after he died, that's when the COVID came through and
it did work. Yeah,
that was the start of a bad 2020. That was started a bad one of the worst years I can remember. Like this. It was just all about death after that. It was just like I must have known about 30 people who died of COVID that I knew personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that whole year was just like a mess.
Like it was like a blur. It was like especially the first I think 6-7 months. When July came, for me personally, it kind of like started to turn around a little bit. A friend of mine kind of helped me get in the right space. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody needed something like that. Like because I think we all, whether you knew it or not, we were all going through some mental shit. Like it was.
It was different. Yeah,
it was some different shit. Like it was some stuff like I never dealt with before. Like you know that type of thing. Even though, you know, it just was just like the whole shutdown, lockdown, everything, the division.
It was different. Like if you think about it, like I look at my daughter, she's in 5th grade, right?
Yeah.
She didn't go to school in 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, people literally lost 2 years of like social skills. I mean, who knows what that, especially to young people, that did a lot of damage mentally, like to young people. Like that was like, because you think about us too. It was something that we was all going through. It wasn't because it wasn't just one person. It was like pretty much the whole world.
Yeah, that we
it affected everybody different, but every age group had a different effect.
When you think that this thing right here that we're going through is affecting the entire world,
it's
like we seen things happen here. You know, disasters. Whatever, everything from World Trade Center to natural disasters or Oklahoma, but it's like regional or local. It's you know, New York with so much attention. It's like that's one place. That's one. No, this is global.
This was global. Everywhere.
Shutdown, and then the economy, just everything was just different. But you know, it's just you know, I know we crack jokes about it. We call it the bubble chip, but that did give us a reprieve. And
for sure. I mean, when sports first came on, when I was first able to watch the Yankees, it was just. It felt good, man. It was because it kind of like, man, it brought back a little bit of normalcy. Like it felt so good just to watch sports. You know what I mean? It's like
the bubbles and all the baseball putting the cardboard fans out there. I was cracking up.
Cracking up. But you know what? I was watching. Even you know, even the Knicks, the year, you know. But that was the next year after. It was still during the time, but when the Knicks came back and they made that run in the playoffs, you know.
That was
That was the year after the bubble.
It was the year after the
bubble. It was still everything was still pretty much on lock. There was no arenas being filled for a good year. There was no arenas being filled, and they were just.
That's why y'all was so good.
And they were building. I'm not. This is what it is. I mean, Julius Randle didn't really feel them fans. When he felt them fans when that Garden was 1920.
He was baby.
He was baby
LeBron.
He was shook.
LeBron that year, but that year they got off.
He was shook when the playoffs came. When the playoffs came and he seen that whole full arena and them fans and that's when you realize New York is a different animal because it's just. You go in that arena.
You heard that Mob Deep? You heard that Mob Deep come on?
Dude, I saw it in his eyes. He was shook. But I think that taught him a lesson, and I think it kind of messed him up the following year. But I think a lot of stuff was happening this past year that we weren't privy to. You know what I mean? The Yankees look like they get ready to score.
Rizzo just jacking for beats. Rizzo just hit a home run.
Yes,
he did. Oh, he come behind. Yeah.
And Judge had got a walk and stole a base, and then they threw it in the center field.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing that right now. And then they see. This is how you win games, though. Stolen bases, because anytime you're running, anything can happen.
Yeah, hold on 1 second there. I just want to throw this out there. For those who are going to the Phillies game, we got a billboard off of Broad Street for the Aubrey album, available right now at HakeemGreen.com. Also, all your favorite streaming services. The Aubrey album. I've been playing joints every show from the Aubrey album. Jewelry, The Cypher, Took a Test. We got the next single. It's called Real Hip Hop for the People.
Well, it is real hip hop. That album is real hip hop.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Real hip hop. You know, I've been listening to it, so I know. I tell you, real hip hop.
Right. So for Philly fans, try to look out for the Aubrey album and hit that QR code, take you to the website. It'll be all good. That's at the Phillies game. We got some billboard space. Big shout out to Media Famous for making that happen. Matter of fact, check in with MediaFamous.com for the best of the artist services, marketing, promotion, and what have you. So yeah, the Aubrey album. Go check it. I just want to throw that out there since we're talking baseball. Getting a little love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's gonna be a good look. Oh my gosh, yeah, here we go. Jeez, now I'm getting it.
He crushed it, didn't he?
He crushed it. Yeah. But look at Spike.
Spike Lee up in the cut.
Spike Lee up in there.
What inning is it?
That's the sixth inning, bottom of the sixth.
It's the bottom of the sixth.
What's the score? Was that 5-1?
4-1.
No,
4-1.
Yeah, it's. Let me tell you something. Rizzo is going to be big in the playoffs, man, because he know how to win.
He know how to win. I do give him that credit. He does know how to win. He got a chip.
You gotta remember, he was on that Cubs team. And for him to win in Chicago, they ain't never win nothing.
Yeah.
Them Cubs, 100 and what? How many years? 118 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta get a popping, fellas.
Yes, sir. It's been a good show. Great show, actually.
It was definitely. We gotta do this again.
Neville, always love your energy, brother. Always.
Yeah. I'm bringing it back. Hopefully, let's keep on winning. Hopefully,
keep that New York rolling, right? Keep it rolling.
Keep it, man. Keep it.
I'm gonna check in. We're gonna check in with you in a few weeks. See how that giant train is rolling.
Listen, and see how them Knicks are playing too. Because we're gonna be a couple of weeks into the season, so we're gonna be. I'm telling you, watch out. I'm not saying we gonna make a run, but I'm saying this team is gonna be a lot better than Obi Toppin.
I don't disagree. I think they're gonna be okay.
I like the Knicks better tank it, try and get Victor.
Huh?
Yeah, Webby. How you say his last name?
Victor Wembanyama.
Now, I just want to say all that. What's the boy from Oklahoma that hurt his foot?
Oh, Chet Holmgren.
He's officially obsolete.
Yeah, Victor.
He's going for the season, right?
Huh?
He's going for the season, right?
Oh, he's going for the season, but the skill set and how this big man 7 foot XYZ with the skill set he has, this dude Victor is like that on steroids.
Yeah,
but then when you see Victor's body is slim, but you can see he's gonna grow into it.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Ted Holmgren is a YouTube special because he got skills.
Yeah.
But again, I keep asking. I watched the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah.
He was getting abused in the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren.
They have a whole year to beef him up. That he's off. We'll see.
That's okay. He better put on like 15 pounds.
He need more than
I got 6 tubs of collagen downstairs. We can get some protein. I got a whole lot of it down there.
He need 40 pounds. Yo, all right, gentlemen, we out.
All right, fellas.
Peace, guys. All right.
Peace.